Welcome to After the Parks with Dave and Jen. You never know what you're going to get when I open up a show. Sounds like everybody's excited to be here. Anyway, welcome to After the Parks. Sorry we couldn't go live from the parks today. We had an Epcot reservation. Hello, DAV, Adam Baum. What's happening? Pork butt, bacon wrapped veal. Ooh, I like that. Hello, Rachel. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we couldn't go live today. Turns out I'm better. I'm on time. So that makes two of us. I couldn't go live today. Hello, Eric. Bella wound up getting sick. I think I gave it to her. James, hello there. Yahoo. I agree. So, for those of you who missed my fabulous intro, this is my new intro music. I have my own soundtrack now. Isn't that cool? Anyway, but yeah, we got Bella sick. That's just good parenting. So she started with the same symptoms I had. So we're, based on last night's conversation, I would have been a hypocrite to go to the park today. So we are now back at home and doing our thing. It was funny. I was going to put up like a backdrop behind me and just tell everybody I was there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Amy. Yeah, it was, got to take care of my baby. So, but I'm sure everybody heard, and that. Yeah, I can't help it. I'm sure everybody heard the big news of the day. Fireworks are back. So we wanted to lead the show off with that because it overshadowed every single thing else in the world today. July 1st, you can count on us being there. We will be in Magic Kingdom. We're trying to see if we can pull off a double fecta, but it depends. That's just good time. That's good planning. I don't think I'm that good. But fireworks are back. We can look forward to Happily Ever After and to Epcot Forever. Let me introduce my beautiful co-host.
Hi, everybody.
She's quietly, she's moderated. Yeah, I got to take care of the kiddo. She's, everybody who's seen her, she's awesome. I love that kid to death. So, unfortunately, she hung out with me one day while mom was out getting me medicine, and I think that's when she got sick. So, because I was pretty well quarantined except for about 2 hours. So that should tell you how contagious this actually was. Hello, beautiful Jen from Rachel.
Hello.
So fireworks are back. It overshadowed the fact that masks are gone. Everything came down. Disney's back open, and Boo Bash is sold out. So all of those things happened today, and nobody noticed. Nobody cared. Epcot Forever will be back on July 1st. So we'll Happily Ever After. We're all excited that fireworks are in fact back. Frank, how are you? Why bring back Epcot? I don't think that
I
they're
don't think it's
done.
ready.
We were in the park last week, and I don't think they're ready.
But I've heard mixed things. I've heard that it is Epcot Forever, or it's some kind of Epcot firework show. It's not exactly Epcot Forever.
I don't think it is exactly Epcot Forever.
Because with everything in there, with the boats and the kites, yes. I don't know what they can and can't do. So
she's not moderating well. It's been like 3 streams, and I'm still not banned. How about
I want my hat
Dave
back.
Goes to Magic Kingdom? If we didn't have a kid, we would do that, and I would absolutely live stream 2 streams at once. We are contemplating standing in the back of the park and recording Happily Ever After, and then making a mad run for it and grabbing an Uber. So
if I can't not, tell we'll be there the next night.
I can't tell you it's not something I'm going to try to do. If not, I'll be in Epcot the next night. So, but we're going to give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Do you think that October 1st they'll have Hummer? I do, actually.
Yeah.
I do. I think they're pretty close based on what I've seen. Thank you so much, Everything Disney family. That means the world to us. Yeah, fireworks now. We just need meet and greets. And I think Disney cruises are waiting to see what happened. Like, with the two folks who went out on the Norwegian, I think it was Norwegian, and they were vaccinated and got COVID. So I think that they're going to wait and see what comes with that. Star Wars fireworks come back. Um, I don't know that they're ever coming back. That's something I've been complaining about for a long, long time. So in honor of tonight's episode, I even wore my my Magic Kingdom T-shirt, patriotic stars, the whole 9 yards. I wanted to wear my Cinderella castle shirt. Um, we are so close to 600 subscribers. It's ridiculous. We're 8 away. So go pull people in and mug them and get us over 600 while we're doing this tonight. I'll do a giveaway.
We got to, if we get to 600 night, we'll do a giveaway.
Yeah, we do a giveaway.
And we are at level 2 for the I Am Your Father giveaway.
Oh, she just jumped over the thing.
Yeah, I did. I just jumped
Boom.
in.
We have hit level 2. So way to go, everybody. You're making me spend more money. I'm proud of you. We are at level 2. Jen, take it away.
We're level 2.
She's not the best color man in the business, folks, but she
it's
is
a
fantastic.
T-shirt now and headgear.
Yep. So we are at, I think we're 9 away, which if we get to 600, we would be 1 shy of being at level 3. So what now? They get vaccinated, got COVID on a cruise. That's encouraging. Yeah, and that's kind of the point. So, that was what we were going after last night when we were all kind of chatting was, we didn't really touch on a lot of that last night, but I think Disney's going to hold off on the cruises a little bit. But I think meet and greets are coming back. I do. I'm encouraged based on what I heard today from Adam's best friend. The releases that came out of Disney today, they seem like they're pushing ahead at this point. It just comes down to there's an Actors Guild or Actors Association agreement, and they just have to finish out the details on some things so that they can push forward. So, but the exciting news of the day, obviously, fireworks are back. We're going to be, all weekend long, you can count on fireworks from us every night. And we're probably going to hit a couple of different places because we're going to do Happily Ever After. We're going to do Epcot. We're going to do SeaWorld. And then we're going to go back into Magic Kingdom, I would assume. But
we may or may not do the Legoland only because of the drive.
It's a huge drive, and I don't feel like driving an hour and a half home when people are drinking. So I probably am going to skip that for 4th of July. But having said that, fireworks are back. We're super excited about it. The other thing that got announced today was extended hours, more Boo Bash, more hours in the park. The Magic Kingdom will be open until 11 now. Epcot's open until 10, I think.
Yes, well, they've been
Animal Kingdom then they're open until 11.
No, it's 10.
They said they were open one more extra hour. So maybe they're opening an hour.
No, they're liars because it's Magic Kingdom. They're liars.
And Animal Kingdom is now open till 7. So
haven't they been open?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what WDW had up on their website.
Don't listen to them. Let's make our own.
I don't have a choice. I got to read what's put on the screen. If I don't read it, then I just say.
Let's see what it starts in July.
So anyway, but hours have been extended, which is good. That also means reservations are opening. It also means that there's, with Boo Bash today, officially open, and I think they just didn't want their website to crash. So I think they were like, hey, let's tell everybody that today's firework day.
It was actually, I didn't get them, but I went in to investigate because apparently annual pass holders are supposed to get some sort of a discount.
Sure they did.
And that's exactly what I said because I didn't see anything come off. So I was like,
well, what it was if you pay $1.99 for the pass, they give you $1.99 off.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, but extended hours are back. That means that you're going to start seeing more of this. I wanted to see what was going to happen today. Last night, everybody was kind of asking me some questions that I wanted to see what Disney did today. So yesterday was more about the controversial things. Today's about the happiness. Today's about all the fun stuff. It's about getting back to Disney. I think we're getting way closer than we've been. Oops.
Oh, wrong thing.
I hit the wrong button.
Sorry.
I missed things, except when it's raining for fireworks. Yeah. Well, the good part is I live so close to it. I don't care. I'll go home and come back. As a matter of fact, we were joking about that. We can run to and from a couple of times. I don't have the best friend you mean, but he's more like my hero. Chapik is he's something special, isn't he? College program started today too. That I did miss. I didn't see that today, so thank you,
I
Frank.
knew
I
it was
appreciate
starting
that.
soon. I didn't realize it was today.
No, they're the gospel. We go check
Mhm.
that. But yeah, WDW. Look, they're reaching just like the rest of us are. First, to kind of get things out there. I'm on at 11 o'clock at night. I'm probably the last one that everyone's watched today, and I'm probably the last person, and you probably know more than I do. I've been taking care of the kid most of the day, and for the most part, we're the last show on. So it's kind of like you guys get to give me feedback. Like, for instance, Frank just told us about college programs starting today. That's wonderful news. That also means interns are coming. Things will start opening back up, and it will get a lot better at Disney. If you hear a little feedback, we have our monitor on so we can monitor Bell. So don't mind us. Amy, how are you? Welcome. Also down there. Yes, and it's nice to see everything just opening back up. We're getting back to normal. And again, it ties in with what we were talking about yesterday. Just use your personal level of comfort, whatever that means. Um, but this is fun. It's nice to talk about the fact that starting in like 2 weeks, I can sit here and live stream fireworks every night. And we're actually going to do like a house party one night and stream from our house once we know, because we just moved and we overlook the. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you, Mike, and welcome, Dragon Slayer. Um, the fireworks are out my backyard, so I'm curious how close they actually are, and if how much of them I can see. And once we know that, we're gonna live stream like a ridiculous kind of one of these, but from the house with fireworks in the background, which I think would be cool. So like Loki Wednesdays will be with fireworks, and Saturday night feeds will be with fireworks. So that'll be kind of cool. Animal Kingdom Lodge opening in August. Today. That's nice to know. Please put up a video on how to get subscribers. Um, give a bunch of stuff away, over promise and under deliver. No, it's funny you should say that, Dragon Slayer. I am actually making a video on how to be a Disney YouTuber. Not because I know how to do it, but because no one else has. Um, and yeah, it is. It's pretty much how we did it. And it's good to be going back to normal. I mean, yeah, and I mean the mask thing is personal preference. It's if you want to wear it and you're around people who are hacking their lungs out. It's probably how I got sick. I'm going to be a little bit cautious around people, but for the most part, it's nice that it's my personal choice, and I like that. But yeah, Dragon Slayer, I am actually going to do a vlog on it and I think I'm going to do a little of a collaboration with a couple people, not just how I did it, but how people who are actually over 1,000 who are actually successful, and how they did it. So it's got to be your own personal flair and style, and you have to be able to, you know, at the end of the day, it's being able to talk to people. Let's see. Yeah, and let's see. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Explorer Jen. She's so on top of it. So let's see if we can get those likes up tonight. I'll do a collab with you all day long, and I'll collab with everybody who has channels. I love doing collabs. It's good for both of us because we get to grow our bases. It's good to get it out there. Even if you gain 2 or 3 subscribers on both sides, that's phenomenal. And all it takes is an hour or 2 of your time. I love doing collabs, so count me in. But the biggest thing here is it's about I'm going to tell you something. I had a long chat with Jessica from One Little Spark today, and matter of fact, she's probably going to hate me for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to read exactly what she said to me because the truth is, this is the best advice in the world. She said, "People want to see you being happy, doing what makes you feel good. It makes us happy to be streaming there with you guys. Do what you love, and the rest will follow." I happen to agree with that completely. And, she said, if the best advice I could ever give you is not to care about what anyone else is doing, but do what you want to do, and what feels best for your channel. I promise you that the less you worry about other streamers and you do what makes you happy, the better your streams will be, and people will be happier with you. So I got to be honest with you. That's fantastic advice. I cannot do better than that. Um, well, it's not anything to get subs because you want people who, like when we came on tonight, I literally put this up 20 minutes ago. Why? I forgot. Why? I've been dealing with the kid all day. We were getting her down. She had a temperature. I forgot to put this up a couple hours ago. Amazingly enough, within minutes, Adam was sitting in here. He and I were kind of, BSing before. And then within, a minute of having the stream up, there were 5 people in. Then within 2 minutes, there were 10. Now there's 12 of you. And if Lewis and Jessica would do me a favor and get off the air, maybe there'd be other people. No, I'm just kidding. But the point being is you have to be yourself. I have now been doing home vlogs for days. Everyone keeps stopping by. I'm very appreciative of it because it allows me to continue to talk to you guys about what's relevant. It tells me that you guys want to interact with us, which is great. And, we'll get back in the parks. I'm hoping tomorrow, if one of us will go in and do a live stream for a little bit because we still have Loki tomorrow night. But I want to see if one of us can get into a park tomorrow, whether it's me or Jen. I don't really care, but one of us will go in. We'll do some live streaming tomorrow from somewhere. Depends on reservations. So, the best thing I can tell you, Dragon Slayer, just be yourself, go at it, do what you love. The vlogs I put out in the beginning were made the way I wanted them. And I didn't grow. I'm just going to tell you that right off the bat. I don't know that, I was only getting 20, 30 people watching them. I don't know that people like my videos. If you guys go back and watch them and you think they're crap, tell me. I would love to know that. If you go back and go, wow, they're actually pretty good, I'd like to know that too. Once we started live streaming, for whatever reason, people took to my family and to myself, and you guys have been fantastic and supportive, and we really, really appreciate it. The one thing that you'll never get from me is fake. You guys ask questions, I answer them. I answer them not in the canned response way. You get my honest answer. The other thing, I do a lot of giveaways. Why? I actually like doing them. I think it's fun. I don't want this to be boring. I don't want it to be something where it's, like everyone else is kind of preaching. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean that they're all doing the same thing. I want to do something that interacts with the people who are actually watching. And if it means that you guys get some cool stuff, like I said, we hit 600 tonight. I'll do a giveaway. I got stuff sitting upstairs. I got tons of merch. This woman won't stop spending money. So
I didn't go anywhere today.
you didn't go anywhere today because we had a sick kid, and I appreciate that. But every time she goes, like, we have Disney merch just like popping out.
$5.93.
So we're 593. We're 7 away, and we're 8 away from level 3. So if we get to that 601 tonight, not only will we do a giveaway, but we'll get to level 3, which includes park only merch. So that would be kind of cool. But the best thing that you can do to help support us is it's simple. Share the channel, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Keep commenting. The more that you guys chat, the more YouTube says, oh, wow, people are interacting. The interaction is actually what helps the algorithm tell people that you're actually watching and not ninja watching, sleeping, passed out drunk somewhere. Hint, hint, Adam. So, at the end, you should all, by the way, I won't embarrass Adam and read his email to us, but it was hilarious. Adam won one of our hats, and his response on the email was phenomenal. So if you guys don't know Adam, Adam's hilarious. But, the good news is, James, we appreciate that. We do. We love having you guys here. But that's why we wanted to talk about fireworks tonight. We wanted to talk about extended hours. We wanted to go over some of the stuff. I don't know that we're going to hang in for a hugely long stream tonight. We had a giveaway this past weekend. The winner was Chris who's in the Philippines. Yeah, and let me tell you something. I can honestly say this. We're open worldwide. I am probably the luckiest dude in the world that we have not hit anybody outside of the continental U.S. As a matter of fact, I think
the furthest was Bakersfield.
The 80% of the people who've won have been in the state of Florida, which that's been fantastic for shipping. But we had California, we've had New Jersey.
I think that was
Yeah, see, I'm a fan of the late night stuff. Like, I think everybody else is done with their things. Like, I've been thinking about doing 2 streams a day, one in the park and then one at night. I love doing this. I could sit here and talk to you guys for hours, and I honestly, I wish that there was a way to have more interaction. Um, it's okay, we'll play it, but you're done. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of came on because I told everybody we'd be live streaming. I'm trying to stay true to my Monday through Friday schedule. Um, yeah, we're static. Disney needs to reopen across the board. Um, let's see, that's a win for shipping $30 to. Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. That's a kick. That's a kick. That hurts. Especially when you're doing it to grow your channel and the Funko Pop wasn't cheap, and then you just pop $30 on top of it. So I know your pain. The as fun as the Marvel giveaway was, um, that one was expensive. I'm not going to tell you it wasn't. So do we see the rest of the shows returned? I would say yes. I think that they have to get the Actors Association to just finish their and finalize their
Well,
agreements.
they're working on casting for Beauty and the Beast in Hollywood Studios.
A lot of the actors are gone because they were laid off.
Yeah.
So they have to get the shows back together. It's
But I
not like
haven't heard
everybody was
anything
just
else.
sitting around eating chicken
We
wings.
do a little investigation.
Again, Dave, if we can make it. Yeah, and I agree with you, everything Disney family. It was kind of like I had this spot thought because we hit grand prize on the last giveaway. And I'm encouraging you guys to do it this time because I'm not kidding. I have so much Star Wars merch upstairs, it is disgusting. Um, and to get into Avengers Campus is an hour. Yeah, I don't doubt that. That's funny. Funny enough, it's Pat's growth fell off. When I left his chat, he invites me. Well, Adam, it's because you mentioned Bob Chapek. So every time you do that, the algorithm goes, he's talking about Bob Chapek? Oh, maybe we should pay attention to him. But everything Diz family, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in the sense that we do it because we love doing it. We do it because it's fun. It is expensive. There's no doubt about it. When I did the Marvel one and we hit the grand prize, I don't look at the money aspect. I probably should, but I don't. I got into the moment and I was like, let's do a second place giveaway. And then it dawned on me that nobody in the chat had won. And I had all these people hanging out with us. And I'm like, well, let's do another one. And Jen's looking at me going, do you have any idea how much money this is costing us? And I'm going, no, I have no idea. I want to have fun doing this. If I'm not having fun doing this, I won't do it anymore. It's just that simple. And maybe that's the key to a good vlog. I don't care whether or not the little number at the top is 8 like it is right now, or 9 right now, or 50. Would it be nice if there were 50 people in here? Yeah, but maybe my chat would be spinning by and I couldn't keep up with it. I don't know. We'll find out. But
Okay, so just a little
yeah, shoot me.
about the fireworks. They're not doing any special 4th of July fireworks.
No, it's just going to be happily
And
ever
they're
after.
apparently not doing anything in the after hours boo bash.
They're not doing anything in Boo Bash. They're charging $200 and they're not shooting off fireworks.
Guests attending the new Disney after hours boo bash should note that this time happily ever after is the only fireworks show expected to run, which will run during regular park hours. So,
Well, if they're closing the park at 7, how can they do
but
that?
that's what I'm saying. So obviously
That's
they're not doing fireworks that night because they close the park at 7.
I don't know. I think if that's the case,
This is all.
I don't know. We'll play it by ear because I can tell you right now, I'm not buying Boo Bash yet. I'm just not doing it. I want to see what else comes out of it.
No, I pretty much almost bought the SeaWorld ones already because it was like.
We're definitely buying SeaWorld because I think the SeaWorld will be awesome. Let me catch up on this though. Let's see. Getting to Avengers, I read that one. I talk about Bob Chapek and China and Fry. Yes, you do. Do you know they kicked the Hayes family off YouTube? What happened? I'm sure by then things will change. I really hope that they get Boo Bash together because right now it's a disaster, in my opinion. I don't think it's worth a Mickey bar and a soda and a popcorn. That's just me. Um, Now, because I have a 9-year-old who wants to go trick or treating through Disney World, I'm screwed, and I'm going to wind up having to do it.
I'm just gonna go in like
But
a million parks.
I understand that, but I'm not going to deny her that. And but the simple truth is, I want more. No, I mean, $79 for or $99 for not so scary versus 129, 199.
It was actually 139 when I went on.
It's bad.
So I put them all in the cart. It was like $445.
I said it was gonna be $450.
Yeah.
They cost reduced fireworks by running only one show. Won't. Yeah, exactly. Why won't they do an after hours Star Wars theme night at Hollywood Studios? I don't disagree with that. I think that they should start going back to the dessert parties. If they started doing dessert parties and they were selling things out and letting people come in, and I mean, you have 4 parks. You cannot tell me that you can't come up with 4 different things every single night. I mean, come on. The park closes at, I mean, you're talking Animal Kingdom closes at 7. You can't come up with something that goes till 11 o'clock and charge $59 a person. Like, really? By the way, you can't shoot off fireworks there anyway. Do some kind of boat thing like you did before. But it's worth it if you can have Dumbo all to yourself. I feel like Dumbo's painful. That's fantastic. Yeah. She's. Did you check her temperature lately?
Yeah, she's fine.
All right. See, and I don't mean to be that guy. But we've been in the parks for 11 months, and I know a lot of people haven't even been yet. So I don't mean for this to sound the way it's about to. She's not okay. But we had the parks to ourselves. YouTube kicked the Hayes family off YouTube, and everyone wants it back. Send us a link or send me more information because I know nothing about this. Dinner's included. Yeah, you wish you get a Mickey bar, some popcorn, and some soda. That's it, from what I understand. But I've had the parks to where and by the way, most nights up until recently, if you went in the park at 7 o'clock and it closed at 9, you had 2 hours. You could ride 6 rides. No problem. No problem at all. It was 10 minutes and if you did it the right way, you could start off at Haunted Mansion, hit Peter Pan, Small World, Winnie the Pooh, People Mover, Barnstormer. Like you could hit that whole backside, no problem. None. If Space Ranger was available, you could jump in and grab that too. So, so for me, they got to give me something. Let's see. Please do. And if you don't have us on Instagram, it's Florida Park Explorers on Instagram. Drop us a DM.
Or find us at Florida Park
Or
Explorers.
find us at FloridaParkExplorers.com. Use our email. Email's in the description. Thank you, Jen. But yeah, get me some information and let's. I don't honestly know anything about it. But I will look into it as soon as I get off tonight and take a look at it if you send it. So, but that's the point is YouTube has, they're autonomous. They can do whatever they want. And that's why last night I was so careful as to what I said because I did not want to say something that would get my channel taken down. It was bad enough that on a 7-hour stream, a 3-minute song got my 7-hour stream taken down. It was stupid. But you break the rules, you pay the price. I don't know what their case is, but I can guarantee you that, I will go and look at all their stuff and let's figure out what's going on. But you got to be so careful. And I don't know what they did. If you have any information, I would love to hear it because I'm trying to look at it as we're talking. I don't know what would. I mean, you'd have to do something really horrific to get kicked off of YouTube. Like first of all, it's supposed to be 3 copyright strikes to get kicked off. So it really makes me wonder what they did or didn't do. Well, after Igor sold off his gazillion dollars in Disney stock, who knows what Chapek's doing? I mean, you would assume he bought it. I don't know. He just bought something. I didn't. I kind of laughed because I thought he had him. Because they were like, "Oh, Bob Chapek bought some house or something, some mansion," and I was like, "Oh, Adam's gonna be ripping on him tonight." So is she okay? Um, but I mean, look. At the end of the day, Boo Bash and fireworks and all these other things, it means there's normalcy. Let me tell you the one thing I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to go ahead and start this, and everyone's going to go, Dave, it's 100 degrees outside. I can't wait for the news on Christmas. What do you have? Well, that's not what I want. Let's see. I have to get back to work, guys. Have a magic week. Thank you so much, Everything Disney family. We really appreciate it. You're like us. You work late. So, but we'll definitely talk soon. And I want to make sure that I'm 100% right before I say this. Yeah, I got your Instagram. I'll get back to you if you didn't see it. Yeah, you saw it an hour ago. But I'll be in touch with you guys tomorrow. Is Epcot going to extend their hours? I had heard yes. Jen's telling me
11
no.
a.m. to
It's
10
11
p.m.,
to 10,
so.
which is what they've been. I would assume they're going to though. If they're shooting off fireworks at 10 o'clock at night.
But they used to shoot them off at closing
At
time
closing.
and then get everybody out of the parks.
But the truth is, they're losing so much money by not staying open. They would be stupid not to stay open an extra hour. Shoot off the fireworks, give people an hour to go buy everything and do what they want to do and still buy food, because that's what World Showcase is designed for. And if you're not open, you're going to have people that are hungry walking past that are drinking. Stupid. But I'm ready to hear what they're going to do for Very Merry Christmas. I'm curious what's going to happen with that. I mentioned Christmas and like 10 people ran out of here. That's funny. Um, but at the end of the day, I think we're seeing more and more things come back. I think that we're seeing, um, everything doing what it's supposed to do. And I think meet and greets are going to come back soon. I'm hoping that minivans come back, transportation gets a little better. I'm hoping Epcot line opens up, the tram comes back. These are things that would be hugely important to getting things back on track. Snow bash probably. It'll probably do. Do you want to build a snowman? And you have to pay for it. So you're going to go in there and they're going to give you 3 cotton balls. But if whatever they do, they're going to do, and we're going to support it because at the end of the day, I need Disney to get back to normal. I moved here to be in the parks, so that's basically what it's all about. Tomorrow, as you guys all know, is Loki Day, so we're going to be doing our Loki review. So make sure you guys watch Loki tomorrow. If you come into the chat tomorrow night, spoiler alert, we're going to do about a 45-minute show. It's going to be Loki only. We're going to start that about 10:30 as well. That'll go to about 11:15, and then there's going to be a second chat after that for the people who like these late night shows that want to go longer. But I got a lot of, we'll call it blowback, as to running a 4-hour show where the review was mixed in. And so that didn't work too well. But it was the first time we did it, so I kind of expected people to have an opinion. That's why I do this, so that I can get feedback from you. So there's going to be 2. If you notice, there'll be 2 different things up for tomorrow night. One will be for Loki, one will be for After the Parks. So I don't want there to be really any confusion for the 5 people who are still sitting here watching. Mickey's Not So Merry Christmas, 250
Yeah.
bucks. That's an hour, by the way. And by the way, Santa comes around and fleeces you. So, I think that, a lot of these price increases, which I talked about 2 weeks ago, I think they're here to stay. I think you're going to see a lot of things that are, you're going to see a la carte, and it's going to be more expensive. They have to recoup some of the losses, and they're going to recoup it on our backs. That's why, you're going to laugh when I say this, but all of the parks need to be open. so that everybody can get fleeced equally. I think it's only fair.
But what blows my mind is that the Boo Bash is more than a park ticket,
It is more than a park ticket, and you get less.
and you get less hours. Wow, you get some popcorn and that's been sitting in the thing all day.
And a Mickey head bar and some soda.
Like,
So
yeah, like I don't get that.
and 3 cavalcades. I don't know.
They're not going to do the show that they used to do with the
Go
what's-
read what it is.
the witchy chicks. I thought they were.
I'm
doing
pretty
the show.
sure it's it's the same. They're recycling some of the.
The ones they did all around the park last year that
Yes.
I saw like 1,000 times.
Yes. I usually pay for Santa to fleece me anyhow. I'm very lonely during the holiday. That's fantastic. This is a family show, but that's funny. Actually, I guess at 11:30 at night. No, let's 8:30 elsewhere. Just don't sit on his lap.
Oh my!
But look, Disney's gonna do what Disney's gonna do. We're gonna be along for the ride no matter what. We're gonna bring it to you guys via live stream and through vlogs. That's what we do. We'll have our giveaways along the way. Which, by the way, time for me to fleece some merchandise. I do have mini ears that are going on sale tomorrow. They are the mini Boo Bash ears. They're not the Boo Bash from this year, but they're Halloween.
They're Halloween from last year.
They're Halloween from last year because they didn't have Halloween.
They weren't any. Yeah, they weren't associated to anything.
So they weren't associated with anything, and we have them. They'll be going on sale tomorrow on our new website. So our new website opens tomorrow. It's floridaparkexplorers.com. That will have. Is that a mark on my screen? Yeah, it is. I thought it was on my lip. That's fantastic. Let's see. James Marsh, how are you doing today? We're doing good. Little one's sick, so we're at home doing a at-home vlog again because we had to take care of the little one, and I wanted to stay true to my word. I told everybody we would stream Monday through Friday, so here we are. We're going over the fact of fireworks, extended hours, more stuff like that. Great. Now my mom says I can't watch anymore. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting banned from us. So,
Wow, what a ripoff!
see what I'm saying? Jen's reading about Boo Bash right now.
No, I thought I read something different, and it was appearances, and they're not doing the show they used to do on the stage with the.
What stage? They're not doing any stage shows.
Well, the
kind of
stage that they
point.
just built in front of the
sta-
castle.
The heated stage that's in front of the castle that they're not using.
What's those 3 witches? That movie that like everyone.
Hocus Pocus.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I know, but Disney movies, and you know how they are.
I know.
But,
And you can start down with people. Oh my god!
aren't they making the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, what was I going to say? What were we talking about before that?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Anyway, so moving down the road, Boo Bash is going to be what it is. We're going to see how everything goes. I think that you're going to see a lot of a la cartes, and I think that that's what's going to happen moving forward. But I that's what it was. I was telling you guys that FloridaParkExplorers.com opens up tomorrow.
That's it.
Which will have links to our live streams, links to the past videos. That's how you can contact us if you need us. That's where the discounted merch will be, and that's where our new line of Disney themed merchandise will be. Are we going to hear more about the 50th, or you think this is it? Rat and nothing else. I'm only banned on. You got banned from Spokesman? That's fantastic. Dude, that's funny.
Great. Well, they are called the Mafia, so.
Yeah, I know.
I should not light up.
I wonder if he's a guinea, because I am. Or maybe I should be offended. But anyway, no, that's funny that you got banned from Spokesman. That's spectacular. To answer your question, Frank, I would say this. I think they're doing more and more announcements. I'm pretty sure that they wanted to see how the mask mandate would go. I think that they wanted to see, I think a couple more weeks. I think you'll see in July, you'll start hearing more about the 50th. I did something on a podcast 2 weeks ago where the host of For the Mouseketeers and I were talking about it. And I think she's right. I think they're going to do something like Year of a Million Dreams, what they did for the 50th at Disneyland, like the first time in the chat. That's because they just can't appreciate you, man. They just didn't appreciate your humor. That's too bad. But I think that you're going to see things like a Year of a Million Dreams because they can individualize the experience, especially with park reservations, especially with how much people are going to be paying. Um, it's going to be at a unique time because you're going to have three things that are going on. I shouldn't even say two. You're going to have Boo Bash, 50th, and then rolling into Christmas. Not counting the fact that Ratatouille's opening, supposedly. So you have a bunch of things that are going on. So I could definitely see them doing something like Year of a Million Wishes.
Yeah, because they're not doing Boo Bash on the 1st of October, which makes sense.
Which makes sense because they want to pack to park. What are they doing it on either side of it?
No, it's the 24th, and then they're doing it again on the 5th.
Yeah, because they're just going to rake in that 50th money. And that's the thing is I think you're going to see another video come out. I think Disney was listening. I think Disney's always listening, always watching.
Always watching.
I think that they know that they put out a commercial that everyone went, was that a hotel commercial? We do need the candlelight processional back. I agree with you
Yes.
1,000%. My wife missed that so much. It was ridiculous. I listened to it like 50 times last year.
I saw it with Pat Sajak too, and it was amazing. However, I know I got sick when I was standing there with people because I was with, and I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. But I know I was with. There was a lot of people around me, and I know I got sick at that event.
She's been drinking all night, folks.
No, I just took a drink of something, and this is not good.
I'm
gonna have to excuse myself a moment.
I don't remember when you went, but because I don't remember why we weren't there.
Bella was not interested in going.
Was that the night that you went by yourself?
I went by myself. Yeah, I went by myself to that and to see Boys to Men because no one was interested. So
I agree that there's a lot of things on the Walt Disney front that should stay status quo. That's one of them. I agree completely. It's amazing how we jumped right from summer, right through Boo Bash, right through Halloween,
Christmas.
The 50th, because I mentioned Christmas and we're talking about the processional. No, she didn't meet Pat Sajak. It was the one with Pat Sajak. If she met Pat Sajak, I'd have a vlog about it.
It's actually funny because it was right. It was obviously 2019. And he was actually sick from Wheel of Fortune. And this was before COVID was around.
I was saying, look at them, not me.
Sorry. And this was before, and he was like sick, like really sick. So I questioned, I'm like, I wonder if he had
the vid.
So I was like, very interesting. But yeah, it was right. It was his first live appearance that he came on since he was sick. And he was actually making jokes about it, which was kind of funny. He and Vanny were drunk during it. Oh yeah, they definitely were. No doubt.
Oh, no doubt. Are you kidding me? I'm drunk during the show. No, I don't blame anybody for.
But it was go see him or Doogie Howser, and I chose Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak's awesome.
He is.
I mean, he's legit.
My mother was so jealous. She's like, "You what?"
Yeah, I mean, it's Pat Sajak. What would have been better is if they had Vanna there turning the procession of people around, so that this way, you see him turn with the candle.
Well, I was literally standing where the procession came out, and I got to actually speak with the choir before they came out. It was really cool.
Processional.
What?
They could have called it the Wheel of Processional.
Oh, I was just going to say there was actually a woman in a wheelchair I was talking to that was in the processional that they were bringing down. So when you said that, I was like,
no, but it would have been neat, like if they were holding, like letters up and they turned it around and it was like, "We love you, Pat." The virus that originates from not here. Exactly.
Yes.
It's
Voldemort.
We call it Voldemort. It's the Voldemort virus. Shall not be named. Shall not be named. Especially with the news that came out today. We will not discuss that because I don't know that gets me in trouble or not. Even though it was all over the news, I'm still not going to say a word about it. If you have any,
We told you so.
if anyone has any questions,
Please email.
I said it last night, and then the news came out today, and well, I'm just gonna go with I told you so. But yeah, it's a lot of what we have had to endure needs to stop, and I think a lot of it, like when Frank was asking about stuff, I think it has to do with the Actors Association. These folks, when they left, they went elsewhere. They got other stage gigs in other places. And they're getting the shows back together. They're hiring for Beauty and the Beast, and there's so many rumors about Indiana Jones. I wish Teresa was here right now because she seemed to have the in and out on it.
I think she'll know more once she's here, apparently.
She had said something about talking to somebody the other day, so I'm really curious. You mean no, not that one. It was the timing as to when it got here. No, not that either. They came out today and supposedly they knew it, that there were, I don't remember how many thousands of people that donated blood to the American Red Cross, but when they started going back and testing the blood, they found out that there were several people in several states that had it appears that it was in their blood.
Tainted.
So now having said that, we are going to, because my daughter is sick right now, and now that I know that I didn't have COVID, thankfully, last year when Bella and I were sick, Bella actually had X-rays done, and they're like, oh, we can hear.
Well, it was 2019. It wasn't. You have to.
2019. It was December. It was the week of Christmas, and the doctor came in, and they all said to me, we are going to find pneumonia. It's in her upper left lobe of her lung. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The respiratory therapist came in, the triage nurse, and the doctor all told us the same thing. They went in, did the x-ray, came back, and released us, and looked at me and said, we don't know what it is.
She's okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge,
She's
Bob's your uncle. No one knew what it was. And it was because no one knew what it was. So we're going to actually get her x-ray.
He ordered with the x-ray guy when he's like,
yeah, the x-ray guy showed it to me, and he's like, I don't know.
He was like, what does that mean?
So we were all and I was like, so what do I do with her? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, so you all expected to see pneumonia. You see something, you're telling me my kid has something, but you don't know what. And we're done testing. So, let's see, she came in. Yeah, and I mean, I got to be honest with you.
I think a lot of people did and didn't know.
Once Bella got sick, I wasn't feeling well, and I said to Jen, I said, leave us in, I'll take care of her. You kind of come in and out. She had a makeshift mask because we didn't have masks back then, so it was kind of funny. She had some kind of rag, and she would come in and out, and Bella and I slept for 5 days. And we didn't eat. We didn't do anything. We were in bad shape. That's what I want to know, Adam. Is we didn't test positive for anything.
Well, the
and
flu.
She tested positive for the flu the next week, but oh wow, and
Yikes.
Basically, when you have a doctor that comes in and they're 100% sure, they told me before she went back for X-rays what they were going to see, where they were going to see it. So they were positive. And when they came back and they told me it's not pneumonia, we don't know what it is. So we're having her x-rays pulled next week because she's going in for a full workup. And not because of just this, just in general. It's, it's the time of the year to get her physical and get everything done. But at this point, with enough of the information, I'm just curious. And I can tell you right now, I will be reporting live what the answer is right here because it will be funny because I'm gonna hold them up so that you can see them in the light right here. But she was it was 6 weeks that she had a cough and could not get rid of it. One day she woke up and the cough was gone. Sound familiar?
Yeah, because she was even over the flu and she still had the cough.
She couldn't get rid of that cough.
I had the same issue too. So.
Couldn't get rid of the cough. I was sick. We all had the same thing. And finally, all of a sudden one day she woke up and I was like, I looked at Jen. I go, she's not coughing anymore. It was just gone. So look, it kind of is what it is. Let's see. I think she had pneumonia. It was a ridiculously bad month. I'm not going to tell you it was great because I don't think I slept for 5 weeks. The first 3 weeks she slept with me every night because I said to Jen, only one of us could be that sick, and I needed Jen to stay functional so that somebody could take care of us.
I was
And
still sick, but
she was
I'm
sick, but not like falling over, and so how vodka will do that. But you know how it affects everybody differently, and it just knocked Bella and I over. And when we went into the urgent care the week after she was at the hospital, it was basically they looked at me, and they were like, "You're not in good shape." I'm like, "No, I'm not in good shape," and I reacted well to the Tamiflu. Bella didn't respond at all. So I mean, there's something to be said. I mean, at the end of the day, we have no idea. Let's see if she's not making deep sea. Yes, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. My dad actually used to look like Jethro Tull. He had the hairdo. Um, she made weird noises. Um, let me just put it to you this way. She stayed in bed with me and slept with me because I was scared to let her go to sleep. And I have no problem admitting that. I love being a dad, and it scared the crap out of me. Now, every time she gets sick, I don't like it. I get overprotective. I do really weird things because I'm an overprotective dad. I took this to the umpteenth power. She scared the crap out of me, and I did not like it. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is back in the beginning of this, no one knew what anything was, and I mean we were there. You're talking about a kid who Christmas morning woke up.
Oh my gosh, it was so sad.
It was the most heartbreaking Christmas morning in the world. She woke up and she opened 2 presents and went back to sleep, and then
she had Lego sets that I put together.
And then
she's like,
she literally got up. She opened a couple more presents, went back to sleep. It took us 2 days to open Christmas presents. I mean, she just couldn't do it, and I know none of you know her, but that is what kid does that. It's heartbreaking, and to see what a lot of people have gone through. But then today, when they released the news that it looks like it was here in December, and they started saying that people the week before and the week of Christmas were showing and testing positive. Now they're going back and seeing the blood that it was positive. I live in one of the most transient places in the South. Uh, so real quick. Wow, that's fantastic. You almost need to change your picture. But yeah, it really did suck. And, I really felt for the kid. And at the time, I felt horrible. I mean, after 6 days, 7 days of not eating, I said to Jen, I said, we're going to have to do something or we're both going to the hospital. And it's because we haven't eaten. And so, I finally got Bella and I to start getting back on track and starting to get little itty bitty things, just something. That and Jen's broth is almost like a fifth food group. So we were drinking like basically broth for a day and a half, and just so that we could have some caloric intake. But I mean, it was horrific, and I don't know. I feel bad for everybody. And last night, listening to Presidential Tours, I felt my heart broke for him. I mean, that was horrible. You have him run through your whole house and lose your dad. Um, that's not that sucks. And this affected all of us. But the happy news is that we're coming out on the other side. I don't want this to be a downing show tonight. That was last night, and it wasn't meant to be. It was just meant to be a general discussion. But But with the fireworks and what we're doing with park hours coming back and everything else, it's all good news. But I think there is a personal responsibility. I could have very easily today, and I'm sure that those of you who watched last night versus tonight, I'm 100% better from last night to today. I could have very easily went into the parks today. There's no sniffles, there's no cough, there's no anything. I am over it. I have a little rasp in my throat, but that's because I've been talking for weeks, and I don't know. I think my voice is changing. Maybe I'm going through puberty. Change my picture to like what, a flute or probably to Charlie. If you look like him, that would be a fantastic photo. Like a bomb with him in the middle.
They would pull that right away.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Your entire YouTube account would be shut down. Especially since what's in the middle of his forehead. You'd be done. Gone. But I don't know. I mean, I think what we're going to see moving forward is I'm hoping more positivity. I'm hoping that things do get better in the parks. But I think we do have personal responsibility. We have to take control of what we want. And if you don't like the person behind you coughing, sneezing on you, I think you have the right to say, "Hey, look, you didn't cover your mouth. Would you mind backing up, or don't? When I step forward, would you give me 2-3 feet? Or."
And if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Like, I mean, they packed him in today. I was watching a stream, and they packed him in. Rise of the Resistance today, the line, and they took all the dividers off of the vehicles also. But it was like pre-COVID almost. But I did still see people with masks on, which was good. I mean, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I mean,
Well,
and it's nothing to do with if you're vaxxed or not.
no,
There's
because
other
people are getting
things
sick
out there.
too. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Go on that.
I mean, there's other things out there. You're in Florida where there's people from all over the country coming in. I don't think do we have world travelers here yet? I don't even know what the deal is with that because I'm so far behind on things. But you have people from everywhere coming here, and wear a mask.
I mean, look at Jessica and Lewis. They're still wearing them.
Yes, you're outside. I'm okay when I'm outside when I'm not by people.
Well, and that's kind of what we're saying,
Yes.
Dragon Slayer, is I think and I'm pretty sure you were in for most of last night. I think we rushed into it. I'm kind of proof of that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have gotten sick if I had a mask on. I don't know that they're the be all end all. I don't know that holding a piece of cloth over my mouth actually works. But I can tell you this. My air conditioner in my house has a filter. There are 3 different versions of it. There's a thin one. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if you were there to the end. There's a thin one. There's a medium one, and then there's the 3M, the one that actually starves all the air out of your system so that you can burn out your motor.
Oh, I said I have to get more filters.
You're welcome. And I'm convinced that something is better than nothing. The same goes for the air filters in my car, oil filters, gas filters. They don't stop 100% of anything unless you want to wear like either a rebreather or a respirator. That's the only, or you want to carry your own oxygen tank and be a scuba diver. I mean, you could do that too. But the bottom line is I think it's better than nothing. I'm a closet germaphobe anyway. So I've always used my own hand sanitizer. I really hope that they do not take away the hand sanitizing stations because I think that would be.
I think they still have them because when I was watching.
I'm just saying,
today.
like, I'm talking about from now on. Like, I really think that they need to leave those up there. I think it really shined a light on the fact that they don't clean the rides that well.
They opened single rider lines up at Universal today.
Which is fine if that's what you want to do. Yeah, I got that. But at the same time, I don't think that they're cleaning the rides. I think if you got people in the habit, let's keep doing it. But let's also keep the hand sanitizer at the end of the ride. And at the beginning, because if you want a hand sanitizer, get on the ride, hand sanitizer when you get off. That's what I do. But I think as long as it's an air conditioning ride, I think masks are going to be on because air conditioning means I'm indoors. And I'm going to kind of go from there. Is the pandemic over? Depends on who you ask. Florida has New York and New Jersey, and that's basically foreign travel. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I would agree with that. Mostly what you said about the guy that.
The wet
Yeah,
guy.
I
The
mean,
wet
it was the
person.
most disgusting thing in the world, and it was funny because I actually had two DMs about that last night. People were like, "You were kidding, right?" No, I wasn't kidding.
No, he wasn't kidding.
I'm not even remotely kidding. It was in line for Mickey and Minnie's, and I mean, it's disgusting. And the thing is if anybody actually saw Karate Kid and you remember the Halloween scene where Daniel's wearing the shower curtain, I wish I could wear that. That would make me happy. With the shower curtain, this way that I could keep the person behind me at bay, and there's
You
a
have
3
it
foot.
clear. You have it
Yeah,
clear.
clear
so you
one's
can
good.
see.
I'm good with that too. But I want to have the ability to have a 3 foot boundary, and where if you walk into me, you get bumped over. Um, I've never been a fan. Like, you're not in my family, don't know you. If we were on the street, I wouldn't allow you to be that close to me. But because we're in Disney World, it's okay. No, I mean, sometimes I just don't have a choice, which is fine. But the old days, like I said last night, when a cast member says, "Hey, everybody, if there's a space between you and the person next to you," my answer is going to be yes, there is, and good. I'm not getting up and sliding down. It's not going to happen. If a cast member asks, I'm going to sit there and say, I'm uncomfortable. They can move me. I don't care. Put me in a different section. Put me in by myself. I'd even be happier. But personal choices. This whole thing has to be about personal choice, though. From moving forward. And again, I'm not trying to go back into last night's conversation. Tonight was supposed to be happy night. As a matter of fact, it even said Disney happiness.
No, I was just saying how I saw how they packed him in.
But what did you get? What were you reading about Boo Bash? That were you surprised by anything?
No, see, I misread the character interactions, which aren't even like the meet and greets where you have like at Epcot now you have like Winnie the Pooh trying to catch butterflies and Joy doing that kind of stuff. Um, they're just having those kind of interactions. I thought they were having a show. I thought they were bringing back the Hocus Pocus show that they did in front of the castle with all the villains and all that jazz. But
Gotcha.
that's the only thing I was like, I misread. So I was like, oh, so that's why I was like, it's a ripoff. Not even getting, and I'm not even getting entertainment. I'm getting cavalcades that I may or may not see because you'd want to go on rides. Well,
Yeah.
I was able to go on rides without anybody there when
Well, that's what I was saying
last
before.
year.
Yeah.
So why do I have to pay $150 per person to do this?
I don't disagree. And Adam, as you can probably tell, I don't grow hair that well, and it's all the way back here. So from a style standpoint, I'm a 280-pound dude with a shaved head and a goatee. Um, for the most part. And, oh, by the way, I'm usually carrying a camera rig. You would think that somebody would go,
You're invisible when you carry a
yeah,
gimbal.
I'm invisible, by the way, which blows my mind.
I watch other streamers and people pretty much walk into them.
It's like they almost want to, it's like they want to walk in you. But when you're standing in line and you hear me talking to people, like I'm having a conversation, they hear me because they're right behind me. And I'm literally sitting here going, the guy behind me is so close, he's almost in my backpack. And you'll hear them pause and look over at me, and I can see them because they're in my camera. You would think that somebody would be like, he's a pretty big dude. Now, what was funny was something happened at Hollywood Studios the other day. A gentleman who was about half my size just about ran over Bella. And I made a comment, okay? And it wasn't a mean comment. It was just, hey, come on, you can't run the kids over. And the guy turned around, and I looked at him, look at me, and size me up and make a very well-informed decision, which was, I'm not going to say anything to this guy. He's twice my size. That was one of the first times in Disney that someone's actually sat there and went, I think I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But I wasn't rude. It was just like, dude, you almost just barreled my kid over. And he kind of looked at me, and I knew the look that he gave me was, I just want to jump up and down you. And thankfully he didn't, because not that I would have done anything, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of person that keeps my mouth shut, especially when it comes to my kids. And if you don't wear a mask at Disney, too bad. Let's see. If you should wear a mask, or you can. See, I don't think that should be the rule. I think it should be personal choice, but I don't think we should be mask shaming people either. I think if you want to wear one, you should. And by the way, wearing a mask does not take the place of covering your mouth. Maybe I need to teach class, but just because there's a piece of cloth over your face, have you ever watched a video of someone sneezing through a napkin? Same thing. Cover your mouth. It doesn't matter whether you're coughing or sneezing. You have a mask on. Cover your mouth. I mean, this is first grade kindergarten stuff. I mean, it's not hard. But I'm all in favor of us being allowed to do what we want to do, as long as I'm not actively hurting someone else. I should be allowed to do it. And I have a choice to wear a mask. I have a choice to wear a scuba suit. You have to take at some point personal responsibility. Disney is going, they're following the guidelines at this point. And the guidelines, I think everyone is starting to realize maybe we may have not had the truth told to us. Maybe we did. I don't know. I think in a couple of years from now, we're all going to look back at this and go, but we'll see. Run here to Ken. I like having a bald head. My wife likes my bald head. I want to get closer and see the chat.
That's what he's talking about, like people getting closer to you. Yeah.
It's funny because one of the families behind me, their kid kept hitting me with their stuffed animal. So I literally, in the middle of a live stream, I turned around and I just put him on camera. And I was like, "So where are you guys from?" And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're live across YouTube." The mother was horrified. And it's one of my favorite things to do to people is to literally just turn around and be like, if you're not going to control your kids, you're going to let them hit other people, it's time to win a parenting award on live stream television. So, got info on Hayes family. They broke a rule of Facebook. That's why they were kicked. They broke a Facebook rule and got banned off YouTube. That's saying something. And the $150 is about making up for lost time.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Which $150?
They're talking about the Boo Bash.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Please,
You have to remember these things come in.
No, I don't mean that because I'm going by the actual BS prices of $129, $199, but $150, yeah, all day long. For everybody who has listened to some of my other rants and some of the other videos, I'm convinced that everything is going to be a la carte and it's going to be more expensive and it's going to cost the average family of four not less than $1,000 a day, and that's not counting lodging. That's just to go to the park. I think that's where we're headed. I think we are headed to a place where if you want to partake, you're going to spend for it. You're going to save, and the reason they're doing this is because of the reservation system. They can control the flow of the park in and out, and they can control how much money you spend. And I think it's done deliberately. So, no, and that's kind of the point. In all actuality, when I was growing up, one of my best friends, his mother had leukemia. And they said we had to wear the masks. She didn't. And it was reverse isolation. And it was designed so that we could not do anything to her. And what I've always kind of laughed about is, well, if we don't know who's sick, and this was kind of my point yesterday, well, if you went to the park and you knew you were sick, would you wear a mask? I'm going to tell you right now, I was sick. I tried putting on a mask. You know what was hard to do? Breathe. It was really hard to breathe. So I don't know. I don't know that there's a right answer to this. I think it just comes down to you have to. Hello there, Stone Cold Jedi's in the house. I don't know what that. She's having a full-on conversation. Gotta love an over-medicated kid. Just make sure she's okay. I don't think I'm changing. Adam, don't leave my chat. But it has to come down at some point to personal responsibility. When it's like it was today. Today was 100 degrees outside. It was raining. Um, you know, a cloth mask is going to get deteriorated in the rain. The cotton mask, it becomes like heavy, wet cloth that you're trying to breathe through. It's like waterboarding, and the neoprenes are just as bad. They just lock in the water. So, I don't know. I think that you got to carry multiple masks still. I think that if you're uncomfortable, wear a mask. Don't mask shame somebody for doing it. They want to protect themselves, let them do it, however they want to do it. I want everybody to be comfortable doing what they're doing. Um, and it just kind of is what it is. Jedi, how you doing tonight? You doing all right? I saw your video of your dog, that one with where you're staring into the camera. That was funny. I would pay Bob Chapek any amount of money for my child. The best part about it is this guy's been like chairman for like such a short amount of time. You have such a love for him. It is incredible. I mean, so let's ask you this, Adam. Out of the ones that are in recent history, Igor, Eisner, I forget the one in between. It wasn't that important. Which one did you actually like? I'm curious. Doing good, thanks. I'm like 100%. I'm back to normal. Bella's sick now, which is why we're doing a home vlog and we didn't go to the park today. Um, it turns out I gave it to her because family means sharing. So, all right, Bella's okay. Just checking messages. Sorry about that. But yeah, and then since I know I got some Ninja Watchers, let's see. Can I be your sound? You gonna walk around with like a boom over the top of me? That'd be fantastic. That would be hilarious. Because my mic, because as of right now, until Apple sends me a new phone, I still can't even look at my face. So Apple, get your game on. Eisner, I loved Eisner. Hands down, Eisner was fantastic. I think Igor is my nickname for Eisner, for Iger. I think Iger ruined a lot of things for me that I'm not happy about. Eisner, I think he got a raw deal. I really do. I think he did a fantastic job. Sorry, dog. I'm not happy about it, especially since I'm probably the person who gave it to her. Then that doesn't make me feel very good because we've been in the house for days and pretty much the only person she's had contact with is me. Um, I couldn't agree with you more. Could not agree with you more. Um, this is one of those moments where like I really want to see him. I want to see Walt walk out of the spaceport harmonious with like I don't know a flamethrower. But I always reference the Batman movie where they talk about Thomas Wayne and they say, "Well, this isn't what Thomas Wayne would want." And they said, "Well, Thomas Wayne's been dead for years." At some point, somebody decides they're going to take the company in a different direction because it's good for growth. It's good for the shareholders, the stockholders, and that's just what happens. And it was funny because when they announced Epcot Forever coming back today, I went back and I watched my video of the first night from Epcot Forever, and I rewatched the fireworks. And you hear Walt. You hear in his words him talk about the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. And the way that he talks about it, this isn't it. Is it going to be kind of cool and theme parky? Yeah. Is it what Walt wanted? Nope. Nope. Would he have said build celebration? No. Um, Eisner was fantastic. I agree with that completely. Walt's frozen. You know, I have jokingly sat there and compared it to an episode of Futurama so many times it's ridiculous. But you know, they're ruining the traditions of Disney, and I think that that's what bothers me. And that was kind of what I went off on last night when we were talking about the controversial topics of what was going on. Um, you know, I think there's a lot of things that the essence of Disney needs to remain. And, you know, we were talking about with like even the history last night, where it was like when you walk down Main Street, just look up, look at the windows. It's on the windows. The history of Disney's there. Go watch Disney Plus, the Imagineering, and some of the stories and some of the older shows. They're not always going to be there. So make sure you watch them. Go to Disney Plus, sit down, waste an afternoon, and go watch some stuff. Relive some of your childhood because you know at some point they're gonna gun for those too. What I Speaking of guns, what I'm absolutely amazed about is on Tom Sawyer Island that there still is the fort with gun turrets, with guns where you pull the trigger and it actually makes a noise. I was shocked when I saw that because like Disney didn't take it down. Did you know that you can see after the park is closed if you go there? I don't think Walt Disney's dead. So how about that? There's so many things about what could be, what might be. You know, I love a good conspiracy, so watch out because I keep telling everybody that they're going to open up Spaceport Harmonious and bring them back as a pre-cancer Walt Disney, and it's going to be young Walt, and he's going to take over for Disney Corp, and they're all in deep trouble. Trying to sweep history under the rug, Disney. I don't disagree with that either. I said yesterday that if you don't look back, you are, I mean, the old adage is if you don't know where you came from, you're destined to repeat it. And, I think that that's 100% accurate. So as long as they're not, as long as they bury their head in the sand, this is what you'll get. Guns are bad. Disney shouldn't have guns. Um, the the fort itself, if you've been out to Tom Sawyer Island, I hadn't been out there in like 15 years, and to be honest with you, I had completely forgotten what the island looked like. That was the day I met Chasing Dreams with Mike. Excuse me. Um, what's my favorite park at Disney World? I'll answer that in a second. Because I have such a generic answer, it's not even funny. But when we went out to Tom Sawyer Island, I had forgotten completely about the fort. I didn't even remember that it was there. And so we went out there and I saw all the things. And I was just like, did somebody forget that this exists? So, no, I'm not talking about the fact he's actually alive. I think they're going to go back in time. I have jokingly sat here and called the Harmonious the spaceport, like since the first day I saw it, the inception of it. Anything that's round, that has lights, that has 4 points, that is in perfect lineup with the ball, the circle, and the clock tower. I got Back to the Future, National Treasure, Stargate. I mean, I've got all the movies on my side. So I'm convinced that all of a sudden one night, midnight, they're going to do a countdown. There's going to be a lightning storm, bang. 1.21 gigawatts later, bang. You're going to see Walker walking out. Wouldn't that be funny? So anyway, what's my favorite park? I don't have one. If I had to pick one park, it's Magic Kingdom. And the reason that I say that is it's the nostalgic park. That's the park I was a kid, I grew up in, and that's, it has a special place for me, just like, anybody who's my age who started going to Disney when they were like 5 on a family vacation. Um, I like Epcot to walk around World Showcase and eat. Epcot serves no purpose for me other than the fact that I love walking through the countries. I love eating. We love to go shopping with the merch. I used to like some of the shows, and some of the rides are decent and cool,
I
like
used
Test
to
Track.
love Epcot a lot better when I was younger.
I hated Epcot as a kid, except for Captain EO and Figment. But so Epcot is a great place. Like when Jen and I sit there and we're like, where do we want to go walk around and eat? There's no anything. It's Epcot. Animal Kingdom is a place where you can go and have a zoo experience in a theme park, and I'm okay with it. It's a half a day park for me. Imagine Hollywood Studios, they destroyed it. It's no longer a backlot Hollywood's, it's not MGM. Do I like the park? I love movies. I'm a movie fanatic. So I like the fact that Star Wars has its own land. I like that Toy Story has its own spot, but they did it at the expense of some things that I really cared about. So I would love to have seen it thought out a little bit better, and done with more precision. Don't even get me started on Batu. It should.
That's a whole other show.
I mean, I could have an hour conversation just about Batu. Let's see. They should make Back to the Future.
Well, they had the Back to the Future ride in Universal,
Yeah.
and they got rid of it,
Which was stupid. They should have left it.
It was such a good ride.
It's one of the most iconic trilogies in modern history.
Well, Bella watched the ride through with me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like Biff was in it, and so was Doc Brown. I'm like, "Yeah, it was a really good ride."
Well, and it's funny because most people probably, you do have the Joker's personality, but if they actually know Walt's history, go learn about the man. The man would be pissed at a lot of things. If he walked out of Spaceport Harmonious tomorrow and said, "Take me to Magic Kingdom, I want to see what you did to that," after he looked around Epcot, he would not be happy. I think, and I'm going to go out on a stretch here. If I had to look at the four parks, I think he would have liked the original MGM.
Oh, no doubt.
I think he would have liked it because I think he would have said, "Oh, you're trying to rival, the other Paramount parks or Universal parks because of what they were when he was around." And I think he would have thought that that was cool. Would he like it today? I don't think so, but he might. He might like some of the Imagineering, but I don't know. Animal Kingdom, I think he would like it. I think he would realize the value to kids, which is why he started this in the first place.
There was so much put into that park by that one Imagineer guy who I can't think of. The guy with the earring who just retired.
Yeah.
Who's working for another company now.
But that's the point. Is I think he would have. I think he would have enjoyed. Animal Kingdom. I don't know how I'd feel about the water parks the way that they're themed. I think he would like the idea of a water park. I think he would have wanted to see more innovation. Again, personal, just having watched enough of Walt's history.
Yes.
I don't disagree with that at all. You tell me why it's not running. Why wasn't it better planning? Why not reroute it? I don't get it.
That's what they're doing while they're doing Tron construction because they used to run where Tron was.
I know, but I'm just saying, they need to do different stuff. But
I mean, I guess that's why they keep the steamboat. They keep Tom Sawyer's Island. They keep Swiss Family Robinson. I mean, they keep some of these things where some people are like, "What the hell is this?"
Swiss Family Robinson's awesome. They need to do. They should have cast in there. They should have
in the
cast.
in the rooms and such.
It would
like
make
actors,
it
no
more
doubt.
interactive.
Yes, thank you, Adam.
Yes, thank you. I didn't see that. Rock and Roller Coaster looks good. It's a decent coaster. I mean, there's no doubt the coasters aren't bad.
The takeoff will get you on that Rock and Roller Coaster, but it's the only ride in Disney that has the corkscrew. So, but it'll get you. They blare Aerosmith music on the ride. That's why we haven't released the ride here I did because it's pitch black and you just hear me singing because I was laughing so hard. But yeah, the takeoff on Rock and Roller Coaster, it's like, oh, and we're going.
Where were you last night with this? This is exactly what I was talking about with the controversy last night. The rule on tattoos,
Is
I
he being
kind of
facetious?
no, yes.
Okay.
This is kind of what I touched on last night when I say I pay thousands of dollars for fantasy, not reality. I don't pay for somebody to express themselves. If I worked at a Fortune 500 company and I was expected to wear a suit and I came in the next day in shorts and flip flops and my head shaved or had a mohawk, they might have something to say about it.
Well, I was turned down for a job at the Disney store years ago because I had a colored nail polish on my fingers for the interview.
That's
It wasn't even like wasn't red. It was like a light pink. And I knew a lot of people that worked there. They were like huge sticklers about what you could and could not do.
Yeah, I've made that comment once or twice myself, Adam.
Well, that's why they own the parks, the greater stock percentages of the
fantastic.
parks.
Adam's like, I should be going to bed now. Yeah, but that's the point though, is I actually made the comment because there was a gentleman who wrote an op-ed and it went viral and everyone chewed the man out for it. I agree with his point. I agree that, no one should hate on anybody. Like that's kind of like a universal given standard. I think, we live in the greatest country in the world. That's my personal opinion. I am wearing literally an American flag on my shirt, of Disney. And, you know, I think that um, we we have. I mean, if you're going to pay that much money to go somewhere, the guy took a beating in the press, and he took a beating elsewhere for stating something. I think a lot of people didn't have the stones to say, which was, look, we pay a lot of money to go to these places. You're, I'm not paying for Cinderella to have a mohawk. Like, I don't expect to see Snow White with blonde hair and sleeve tattoos all the way down to her knuckles and where her fists say joy and love. Um, I'm not expecting to see a princess with teardrops. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but you're paying for. I'm pretty sure one of the lands is called Fantasyland. So the theming of Hollywood Studio. Well, and the thing about it is, I'm good with the Hollywood style theming, but think about it. You took the Chinese theater, you put all the handprints out there, you had the great movie ride inside. What'd you do? You got rid of it, and you put in Mickey and Minnie's and put Lightning McQueen in. What? Go put Mickey and Minnie's on the other side of Rock and Roller Coaster, and you'd have something. You would have had more rides instead of a 8-minute, 10-minute show of Lightning McQueen where you're kind of just sitting there and you're in a virtual video game, which is what they're aiming a lot of the park at. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Smuggler's Run, but it's way underdone. It's way underdone. I legitimately could just about have that with the televisions I have in my house. Now I may not get the same movement. Get me 4 kids and let them run into me while I'm watching TV, and it's pretty much the same thing. I know, and that's the point though. Is like I want to be lost in I want to be lost in the fantasy. Like when I walk through and I see Goofy and I see the characters, it's why they all take a class on how to sign their name because it's going to be the same for every child or every adult. Um, that's why, let's be honest, Disney is the biggest racially profiling company in the world. If you fit a profile, you work in a country or you're a particular princess. Last time I checked, there's not a black Cinderella and there's not a white Tiana. Okay, so they profile the person based on their height, their size, their description, and they put them into a particular role. There's a woman I'm friends with I agree. There's a woman I'm friends with on Instagram who was Snow White, and in the Disney parades back in the '90s, and she said she goes when she hit a particular point, they came to her and said, "You no longer fit the description." If you said that in any corporate place on earth, you would have a discrimination suit.
Do you know the woman that plays the fairy godmother on the cavalcade? She used to be Cinderella.
But that's because she decided she wanted to play the role.
Yeah.
But
No, they promote it because
Yeah.
she's like, there are people that like she remembers them from when they were kids.
Mhm.
I was reading like this whole story about it. It was really interesting.
But I mean, if you pulled that stunt anywhere on earth, you would have a lawsuit, and Disney gets away with it. And it's Buzz Lightyear is an awesome ride. I love Buzz Lightyear. I think they should have more rides like that. To be perfectly frank, but again, you're also talking about the promotion of guns, which is kind of funny. Toy Story Mania, another one. Things where there's shooting, and so Disney takes two different stances, but no one ever calls them out for it. I want to live in the fantasy world. It's what I want when I go there. I'm not going there to do my bills. I'm not going there to have an open debate as to geopolitical, conflict. I'm also not going there to solve. I'm not going there to solve the world's problems. I'm going there to forget mine. I'm going there to enjoy myself so that my kids can have fun. Yeah, did you notice that? And it's perfectly acceptable. Up until 3 years ago or 4 years ago, it was perfectly acceptable. But we are now in a place where it's not okay to point out the obvious. It's not okay to do certain things, and I don't know. I'm gonna drop back into a history lesson real quick and go. Has anybody else ever read the book Common Sense? Those aren't guns; those are zappers. Gosh, know the difference. They disarmed the Jungle Cruise skippers in the '90s. Were all safe.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Go check her out. It's what 12:15. When did we give that to her? That was at 8:30. But think about this: when you go into Pirates of the Caribbean, you come out on the other side. What can you buy? Swords. You used to be able to buy pistols. I don't know if you still can. And they used to be cap guns. They had those little red caps that you used to be able to sit there and put in a cap gun and snap it. Um, you know, just a second. I'm listening to Bella. She okay? That's okay. If it's only 18 times, they don't pay attention. It's after 20 they start to watch. Um, but that's the thing is we you have to accept Disney for what they are. Otherwise, you're unhappy. Um, I just wish that we could just be the kid that we were when we went there. When I was asked earlier as to what my favorite park is, it's the nostalgia that I look forward to. I like to look back at when I was a kid and go, I remember being here, I remember being there. Um, it was one of the reasons I started the vlog in the first place. Was I wanted people who could not get here to be able to say, "Hey, David, Jen, can you guys go to this particular place because it has a sentimental attachment for me. I could vicariously live through it." Anybody who's ridden Pirates knows that when you go into certain areas, you smell the fire, you smell a sweet smell. When you go on Spaceship Earth, same thing. You can remember those moments because they bring back a visceral effect. And it's kind of why we did this. Is she okay? Because she's really breathing hard.
She's fine. She tells me she's fine when I'm up there.
She's going to keep telling you that no matter what. crap. No, I said trigger, and that's a gun reference. He's reporting himself to YouTube. Do you mind if I go talk to her for a second? I know, but just entertain everybody for 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I don't juggle everyone.
Yes, you
so
do. Jen's
I
gonna
don't even know
juggle
what
for
we're
you for a
talking
minute.
about.
Just kind of in general, talk about the things that are going on. It's, you're highly Disney educated. I just want to go check the bells.
That's fine.
Whoa.
I don't even know what you're all talking about.
We were
so
talking about being highly triggered and the things about being.
thank you, Studio Tatooine. She's good. She just has, I believe she has what Dave had. So that's the gist of it. So that's why we weren't in the park today. That's why we're at home. So tomorrow either Dave or myself will be going into the park. I'm fine. I'm not sick. So I very rarely get sick. But hey DC, we're good. Bella's a little under the weather, or DC or Michelle. I don't know which, or both of you. Bella's a little under the weather, but everything is status quo. Dave's better. I'm just raspy because I've been I had like a little allergy attack when I went upstairs. But other than that, things are well here. I hope you guys are all well. I just saw the picture of the wielding of the lightsaber on Instagram. But when Dave comes back down, I'm probably gonna go retire for the night. But other than that, let's see. I always have extra mom work going on, so. Dave made a joke that if I was sick, like the household would just collapse. But no, I do my thing and I do what I do. Then okay. We the upside was is that she's done with school for the summer. She is doing a little virtual camp at home for video production. So surprise, surprise. So she was doing her class today, and I could tell she was doing her class. She just wasn't feeling it. So, but she rested the rest of the day. Oh, that's adorable. That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait to see that. But other than that, I think we were talking about the different parks, and if I had to pick a favorite park, it's Magic Kingdom. And I actually used to I'm one of the weird ones. I'm one of the weird ones that actually liked Epcot as a kid. There was just more to do there. Now it's, as everyone said the other night, it's a big construction site. Yes, thank you. She's too much. She's an American Girl freak. So she's taking a class to do a stop motion video. So again, the upside is that it's all virtual and she's not around other kids. She was kind of bummed out. She didn't feel well at the end of class, but she's actually ahead of the game because she's my kid. I made sure she was ahead of things. DC is here now, and
DC's in the house.
yeah, DC's in the house.
Can you do another moshi for her? If you don't come back down, I understand.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm like shot, so.
And you're starting to sound it too.
I have a whole other thing, and I'll tell you about that another time.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm back. If you'll give her a moshi story.
I will. I'll go upstairs in just a moment.
And
yeah, I'm gonna watch it upstairs. I just need to chill
that's
out.
fine. She's just very uncomfortable.
No, I can tell.
At some point, we're gonna have to Advil.
That's fine. We should probably do it now.
She's gonna be pissed at you. But
she can be as pissed at me as she wants.
DC.
All right, everyone. I'll probably be modding upstairs. So.
Let's see. Thank you, Stone Cold Jedi.
No, this is all.
Adam put himself in timeout.
No.
No, so he didn't say anything. So I'm assuming either he went to bed or.
I don't know. DC came in and
DC.
we were chatting.
Let's see.
We were
So-
chatting about. I guess it's Michelle's aunt. They came in and they were
Yeah.
interviewing her with a lightsaber.
That's fantastic. She's in town from San Fran. That's awesome. What's up?
No, I'll tell you later. This is not anything in that genre.
Thank you. It was my 2-week period was up, so I had to get the hair back off because I was sick for too long. I don't normally let it grow out that much.
This is fine. I'll keep this.
All right. Anywho. Yeah, so sorry I take a break, but Bella always will come first. So she is not feeling well and not a happy child. I got food. Oh man, why'd you say that? I want food. I think I can turn some of these things off because I think we're pretty much past all that stuff. Bam, there we go. Let me see. I got to do a count check. Let's see where we're at. So you guys will have a good laugh. Last night's stream, I lost 2 subscribers. Apparently, nobody likes controversial issues, but we gained them all the way back and got up to 593 today. We are 7 shy of 600. How did you lose? Let's see. How did I lose 5 likes? Great question. See, how did you just? Let's see. Well, I got my 1 dislike, which means there's somebody out there who literally just comes in and hits a dislike on every one of my videos lately. So I pissed somebody off. They just keep coming in and thumbs downing. Whoever you are, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend or upset you. That's never the goal or intention. But you continuously come in. I'd love for you to throw in a chat as to why. Leave a comment. Say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like that. I really wish YouTube would actually make it so that if you were going to thumbs down, you have to comment. If you're a cook. Yeah, that's actually 100% correct. I don't know how many likes I had. I just know that we're 21 now. So if you're saying I was at 26 and now I'm 21, YouTube has been playing with my channel a lot lately with my watch time, with all of my analytics keep changing. I don't think they like the fact that I'm using 2 different streaming platforms and getting around their 1,000 subscriber to build up how fast we're going. That's personal opinion, but let's see. Greetings. Hi, DC. I'm having a good one. Oh, good. You guys are all chatting it up. I love hearing that. Ow. What'd you miss tonight, DC? Well, you missed fireworks are back, which you didn't probably miss today because it was everywhere. We talked about extended hours. We talked about how Boo Bash is overcharging. We talked about all the fun stuff that's going on. I tried to do a happy show. We wound up still going a little bit down the other path, but you also found out that Bella's not feeling too hot. I more than likely got her sick. I'm over my illness. We didn't go to the park today because of that. We are also at level 2 on our giveaway, which means we are now officially giving away a shirt and a hat. We are, 8 away from level 3. That is spectacular. We are super happy to hear that. I'm going to go back and watch your show probably when I get off of here in a little while and take a look. For those of you who don't know, you did have a show tonight, didn't you, DC? Because you guys do, you did a build tonight. And it was a TIE fighter. Am I correct? So, kind of stammering tonight. Well, I got through everything pretty quickly. No show tonight. When are you doing your TIE Fighter? Because I know I heard something about a lightsaber. Did you do a lightsaber battle? That would be kind of neat. No, you're doing Wednesdays with us, aren't you? You're still doing Loki tomorrow with me, right? I think we lost one little spark because I think they figured out how to go get their own stuff, which I'm not surprised. We're finishing the TIE Fighter tomorrow night before. Good. Okay, so you're still coming on. And then you and I at some point have to talk about how we can stream to both channels tomorrow because that would make life so much easier. This way we both can, actually stream to all of our peoples. But one little spark, I think, has realized that they can go live streaming anywhere and just go around and do their thing, and it's probably what they're going to wind up doing. And they should. They've got to keep doing what they got to do to keep their people happy too. Tomorrow will be crazy busy. I don't disagree. I have a feeling I'm going to be live streaming from a park tomorrow. Our new website opens tomorrow. There's something else going on tomorrow. I don't remember what it is. Oh, I have to watch Loki and then do the Loki show. And then we're going to do an after the show. All right. I'm down for just about anything. With StreamYard, it's easy, but, unfortunately, I have to be able to actually access, and that's where I don't blame you. I wouldn't give anybody access to mine either. But if you've got a way, I'm down. But we're going to do it a little differently, DC. We're going to do 45 minutes starting, I think, 10:30 tomorrow night. What we'll do is do 45 minutes of Loki and then click over into an after the show because the number one DM I got last week and email was, it'll be quick and tight. We're going to bang through it, go through the review. When we're done, we're done. And then we'll go in and we'll stick together and have another show afterwards and just kind of shoot the shit. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Lewis could still sit and. They totally are. 100%. We need to just do the Loki thing and then move on and just bang through it. So 10:30 tomorrow night, we're going to kick that off. Lewis and Jessica they're like, I don't even know what would be, it's almost kind of like, Prince Charming and Cinderella of live streaming. They're phenomenal. They are, and you put it best, they are people magnets. They just attract people to them. People want to watch them. People want to talk to them. They want to see what they're doing. Their energy is phenomenal. Dragon Slayer had asked before, how do you build people? Ask them. They've only been live streaming for 3 months. I've been doing this since November. They have 1,600 people. They're killing it. They have that one little spark. That's cute, Jen. Which is funny because, great, now my mom wants me to unsubscribe. That's I can't wait for them to go do Epcot and do, Forever Epcot because it starts off with one little spark. So that'll be neat for them. And I don't know that they've seen that show. So that'll be kind of cool. And it's very Figment based. So there's a ton of Figment references. But yeah, so tomorrow's going to be cool. It's going to be a busy day. The one thing my wife will tell you, my wife will tell you, never underestimate me. Can't say it, but don't do it because it's a bad bet. Never underestimate the power of the Jedi. Yep. We promised dynamite, and we can't get back in the parks. Are you referring to the JJ reference of Dynamite? Is that where you're going with that show? Which show are we talking about? Oh, I can highlight things like that? Jen said, never underestimate the power of the Jedi. That's pretty cool that I can do that. I didn't know that. Oh, that means I can highlight things that Adam says. Like, great, now my mom wants me to. That's fantastic. These are funny. That's awesome. 45 minutes. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I can't speak for you guys, but I know that Michelle. Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know I can do that. Thanks for sharing. I can't speak for you guys, but I know that Michelle is definitely. Amen, never That's funny. Look, as long as you show up with Loki horns on your head and those glasses you had last week, this show is going to be phenomenal. Or if you could, out of Legos, build a collar so that you looked like you had the Loki collar on. That would be cool too. So, like, you need to be focusing some Lego builds on like Loki. That'd be neat. Just saying. Um, and then tomorrow, you're going to see things. I'm going to see things. We'll go back and forth with them. We'll have fun doing it. It'll be a lot of fun. And I mean, I think most people will, if we keep it short, concise, we need to be, looking for, hello, Stone Cold Jedi. We need to be looking for the Easter eggs like we were last time, and we need to point them out. um, Fortunately, I don't look like any of the characters except for the big rock from the Fantastic Four. But tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll try and highlight some of the Easter eggs. We'll have a lot of fun with Loki. I'm getting geared up for different seasons so that we can do this continuously. Um, there's a part of me that feels like in the Star Wars verse, even though we've all watched Mandalorian like 85,000 times, I think that there's still room to go back and if we run out of shows and do Mandalorian again, I think people would want to chime in and go, "Did you see this? What conspiracy theory can they come up with that?" Um, yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, I almost have that look if I didn't have the goatee. If not, I look like I'm from the Shield. Yeah, and I mean, I think that there's enough things when something has momentum. I mean, Grogu's on everything. Mando is on everything. So I think if we went back through and we started to highlight that, getting ready for season 2, which I thought came out in September, and it sucks when Jen told me that that's not it. Then we gotta wait till next year. Whatever. It's like that's great. But I think we should be gearing up for different shows. I know that we can speculate the heck out of stuff like the Boba Fett show, the Obi-Wan show. I think that, on Wednesday nights we're going to do some. We'll do a 45-minute every Wednesday of some show review, and then go into a free for all afterwards. I'm not that good of an actor. I'm going to tell you that right now. Um, I'm one of those kind of get what you see, but I'll try anything. Well, watch it, Adam. Um, for the most part, I'm down for just about anything. Like, at the end of the day, if people want to see it, let's have some fun with it. We'll develop some stuff, see how it goes. The great part is once I buy StreamYard, because I'm about to run out of my free trial because I went over my 20-hour per month minimum or maximum. It'll also let me upload videos. So um, since you weren't here in the beginning, and a couple of you weren't, this was my new intro just as a good laugh because you guys will appreciate this. Adam was here, but this is how I started the show tonight. So it started off like this. Wonder how many copyright warnings I got for that. I just thought it was funny. I was like, cool. I can do my own like soundtracks, my own laugh tracks, my own stuff, my own crowds. I just thought it would be funny to do. Speaking of conspiracy theories, oh well, you're just trying to get my channel taken down. Like, really? I'm surprised you didn't bring up the EA Sports that went along with it. But oh well, hey, look. If you actually get 6 hours of sleep, that's about 2.5 hours more than I get every night. So, Adam, thanks, man. I appreciate you stopping by. You know where we'll be tomorrow. Be in the parks at some point tomorrow. Loki tomorrow night, after show after that. So, I want you to come in. You keep things entertaining. So, by all means, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in tonight, and thanks for keeping things interesting and real. But other than that, I removed it. What did you remove? I don't see anything done. I don't care. It's funny anyway. It's kind of like when Chevy Chase is in the Wild Wild West bar, and Alan turns to him and goes, one of the kids could be deaf, and she's like, that was funny anyway. Same thing. But so for those of you who came in a little bit late and or are ninja watching, let's see. We've hit level 2 on our giveaway, which I'm going to put that up just so that this way, if you don't know, you can say, what in the world are you talking about? Our I Am Your Father's Day giveaway. We've hit our level 2. Thank you. Congratulations to everybody. It means we are doing our t-shirt and hat. We are 8 away from level 3, which would be part only merch. So there's that. And then tomorrow our new website opens, which is floridaparkexplorers.com. That will have all of the insights, how to contact us, where to go, what to do, how to support us, how to buy merch. And then here shortly, we're going to be dropping in our own Disney themed merchandise, which I think everyone's going to think is really cool. I think it's cool. If not, I wasted 2 years on it, and worse things have happened in this world. But I think everybody's going to think it's pretty neat. It's something we put a lot of time and energy into. I think Disney people everywhere are just going to be blown away by it. But you won't hurt my feelings if you don't, I promise. Actually, that's not true. I'll be really hurt. They'll buy a lot of it. No, I'm just kidding. But FloridaParkExplorers.com will be launched tomorrow. So you'll have access to everything, including all of our social media platforms, direct contact to us. It's where we're going to have a members only page for the people who do sign up for Patreon so that you can go behind the scenes. We're changing our Patreon platform completely because I don't want you to just give us money. That's not what I want. That's not what Patreon, in my opinion, should be. I see a lot of people who just do shout outs and things like that. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. It will be more based in merch. So that this way, if you want to join and become an explorer, you'll be able to do things where you're actually getting t-shirts and mugs and tumblers and stuff from us as a Patreon. Because to me, this has to be a give and take. Like, if you guys are going to support us, we want you to have stuff. I want you, when you come down and meet us in the parks. I can't wait to meet somebody who's wearing Florida Park Explorer merch or has a mug sitting on their desk or a tumbler. I think that will be really cool. So we have all that going on, and we're going to be ending that contest. At this point, we're starting to gain a little bit of traction, so it's either going to be Friday or Saturday. At the moment, it's Friday. The contest is supposed to end, but it could go all the way to Saturday night when we do our Saturday night show. If we're getting close to a grand prize, I will hold it open. So we got to get to 625. We are at 593 right now, which also, by the way, I'm 7 away from 600. So that's a huge milestone for us, and we're looking forward to getting over that and can use your help. So like this, subscribe to us, but make sure you're interacting with us, because that's what YouTube pays attention to, is the interaction with comments, in chat and everything. So please just interact. It's the best way to help the channel grow. And tell others about us. We need more people to come in, hang out with us, chat with us, watch our crazy content, do what we're doing. This is a lot of fun for us. We love doing it. So just keep hanging in there. And the 1,000 subscriber giveaway video will be out probably by the end of the week. For those of you who don't know about the 1K subscriber giveaway, once we get to 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 hours of watch time, we are giving away 2 park passes, 1 night in a resort, 2 shirts, wherever my fingers go, I don't even know where they go, and 2 hats. And you'll be in our giveaway live stream when you come down. So we are giving away 2 one-day park passes. We're giving away a resort night and merch. It is a huge giveaway. I've never seen Disney give away this package. We are, though. So we're out of our minds. When I started this, Disney tickets, I could buy them for about $60. And I wasn't doing the resort giveaway. I just started adding stuff. Now my wife isn't speaking to me about this contest, but that's okay. It's still lots of fun. So tons of stuff that's going on with us. The rest of the week, tomorrow, we're going to be in one of the parks. I don't know which one I'm going to be in tomorrow, or Jen may go. And then we have Loki. Then on Thursday, currently we're scheduled at Magic Kingdom. Friday, we're going to be in another park. Saturday, we'll do the late night show again. Sunday, I'm recording with Everything Disney Family. We're recording Disney Trivia. Not sure how this is going to work. It was their idea. But I'll collab with anybody to do something, to try it once. And then we're going to release that. I'm going to try and convince them to live stream it. I think it would be way more interesting to live stream. It would put so much more pressure on us. It would be so much more fun. Plus, there's no cheating if you're live streaming, because if as soon as you see someone do this and they look down, you know that they're looking at their phone. So as long as they're looking at the screen, you can kind of keep people honest. We would probably turn off chat for that and let you guys just watch, which I think would be hilarious. So in that regard, it would be a lot of fun. Adam Bomb, I'm doing my part. Say, so this one will either be huge or have 2 heads. Originally, when I started doing this, I originally started this giveaway with 1 ticket. And I was kind of affectionately calling it the golden ticket. No one got it. No one even understood what I was talking about. It didn't do anything. And I went from 1 park pass, and it was kind of like, my wife even looked at me and she goes, "What does 1 park pass do? Who goes by 1 person?" She's like, and I went, "Well, there's lots of people that would just come down here by themselves, jump in, do their thing, blah, blah, blah." She goes, "But the odds are it's going to be at least a couple of kids or this or that." And I go, "Yeah, but I'm not giving away 4 passes." And so 1 became 2. Well, when they first reopened the park, I could buy passes for like $50. They were like Florida special passes. They were super cheap. Oh no, you're good. I don't mind explaining it, because it morphed from something I did, because I assumed if I gave away a park pass, I would go from 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers in a month. It didn't happen. I've never understood why this contest did not explode. I thought it would go viral. I thought I'd have 10,000 people and I'd be giving away a park pass trip, and then people would be like, what else are you giving away? So, um, basically, it morphed from something that was a promotion that I thought I was doing something nobody had done. I thought my channel would just shoot to the top. I figured everybody would jump on board. Everybody would just start sharing the heck out of it. And who doesn't want to win Disney passes, right? So I was like, all right, so if I do this, then the channel will be monetized in like a month. We'll be in good shape. This thing will kick it over the top, and I'll be in great shape. Um, let's see. It's really simple. The video comes out. I have an old video from back in like November. You can watch it, and there's actually a thing that says the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. If you go back and look, you can watch it. It tells you exactly what to do. I'm re-releasing a video that's been updated. It'll be out this week. Basically, you have to be a subscriber and you have to watch 4 minutes. I think you've qualified. You've been on most of my streams for like 4 hours. It's not really that difficult. I'm adding a couple of rules just so I can keep track of people, but that's about it. It's not hard to do. The number one rule is you got to be a subscriber. The more that you share it, the more opportunities you have to win. There's a post sitting down on my Instagram, and it says "Enter to win." It's a picture of Mickey Mouse, and it says 1K subscriber giveaway. You can literally share it 1,000 times a day. Each one gets you a new entry. And basically speaking, it went from. And by the way, if you win 2 passes and you come down by yourself, you have 2 days with one night. You can literally come down, spend one other night here, and have an incredible weekend. So, if one person wins, I don't care. You also get 2 shirts, and you can pick 2 hats or 2 ears. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm doing it regardless. So it morphed from 1 ticket to 2 tickets. And then I got some hits on it, and people started to do it. And then it died off. I started hearing that I was promoting it too much. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what I started to hear. So I backed off of it a little while, and frankly, I stopped promoting it. I kind of forgot about it for a little bit because it wasn't being shown by YouTube. It wasn't being picked up in the algorithm. Nothing was happening with it. And I had this idea. I was like, it's $100 for a night at a resort. I'll throw in an extra $100 if it got me monetized. And next thing I know, I'm giving away this ginormous prize package. Now tickets are, $125 a clip. Resort's about the same. By the time I do park merch and everything else, I mean, this is easily $500 to $700. Oops. But if it gets me over the 1,000 mark and the 4,000 hour watch time, I don't care. I own a marketing company. Pay for marketing in some capacity. I just thought it would go faster. I did not honestly anticipate that 6 months in, I would still be doing this, or 8 months in, I would still be doing this. I assumed that it would have just skyrocketed. And I would have assumed that a bunch of people, 10, 12, 15 people, went and recruited 10 people. That would have been 150 people right there. And if they did the same thing, I mean, it's kind of like if you've ever watched how things like that happen. It really, social media is supposed to work like that. How do you promote free tickets too much? I literally see, and that's the other side of it. I still believe that we can combine. Yeah, and I mean, and it can take years, and that's kind of the point. See, the thing is this, to kind of run through it. I do see a lot of people who are begging for donations on our stream. And I mean, I have Patreon and I have all these other things, and I feel bad to sit here and say it because that's not really what I want. I want to get over the 1,000 for only one reason. When I'm monetized, corporations are going to pay, and I'm more interested in that. And I'm also, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm a merchandise kind of person. Think of me like yogurt from Spaceballs. I would much rather my Disney line of merchandise goes out there and gets sold, and you guys think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread and buy it, because you see a value, and I make money off of that, and I would be happy with that. Um, the other side of it is we're buying into one of the travel companies. I'm also a licensed real estate agent, or at least I will be soon. And if I can combine all those things, I don't want somebody to do this, like the Patreon route. I wanted to give something back. And the same with our giveaways. I don't want to do things where, and I'm not faulting anybody for doing what they're doing, but I'm not like them. I do things differently. And it's not that their way is wrong or right. They're more successful than I am. So maybe they're doing it right and I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. But I'm okay with the way I'm doing it because I am not sitting here every time going, guys, if you don't do this, Bella doesn't eat. I've said it as a joke a couple of times. But yeah, it could take years. The problem with it is YouTube doesn't allow that anymore. If you don't get 4,000 hours of watch time in 1 year, you reset. So you have to get your 4,000 hours of watch time, and you've got to get your 1,000 subscribers. So you have a 12-month countdown. So I thought if I gave a tremendous amount of incentive, people would do the work for me. That's always the goal of marketing, is to get people to go out and talk about your brand. It took a little bit longer. It didn't go exactly the way I thought that it would work. And, but at the same time, you have to know your base. You have to know, like I've been in marketing for years. I mean, I'm coming up on 16 years of marketing. I'm surprised because I called it an ad campaign. I'm surprised this ad campaign took this long. Now, the difference is I now have almost 600 people that are subscribers. So if I can get my 600 people to all go get one person, problem solved. I'm at 1,200. So it's not hard. It's if everybody goes and brings me one person, we're closer. If that one person brings me one person, I'm even closer, and so on and so forth. People don't share contests because they're selfish and they don't see. Here's the best part of this contest. It doesn't matter. It's how hard you promote it. The more you promote it, and this is the genius behind what I'm doing. If you share it every single day on your stories and you repost every single day and tag us in a story that's our giveaway, that's an entry. You could theoretically tag me every day for 100 days and get 100 entries. You could do it and tag 50 people. That's 50 more additional entries. You could wind up with 1,000 entries into a contest. If you did it in 10 days, you'd have it in 10 days. So it's as hard as somebody wants to promote it. By not promoting it, you're actually doing yourself harm because you only have one entry. You have the original entry and that's it. Versus there's a person out there that promotes every day. Every single day she posts. Just the way it is. I want more people like her. I don't know how many people she brings in. I have no clue. And the best part is, it doesn't matter. Just keep posting. It's like Dory, just keep swimming. Let's see. I have zero subscribers. Yeah, but there's a difference. I'm trying to build a brand off of this so that our channel grows because I literally moved here. My goal was to develop a vlog at some point. I didn't know how much was going to have to go into it. And once I started, I realized I didn't have a choice. Remember, Dave, I got the ability to, I lost that. The ability to create relative frequency. Let's see. And I don't forget anything. I have, the memory of an elephant. Body of one too, but memory. Dragon Slayer. That's awesome. It's Pat Begs for donations 4 times a stream. over a track on Main Street for beer. See, and I've heard different things, and at the end of the day, um, everybody's going to have their own way of doing things, and I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I don't anticipate I'm the next Tim Tracker. I don't think I'm the Tim Tracker of live streams. I don't think I'm the next Adam Wu. I don't think I'm any of them. Um, there's people I don't want to be like. That much I can tell you. No, I won't say who they are, but they're very, very specific pages. I want nothing. I want nothing to do with them. And there's other pages where I would love to meet them. I'd love to collaborate with them. I have some tremendous ideas that, because I'm a marketing background, I could do. I have an idea that would blow some of these big pages out of the water. They would be like, "This is phenomenal." They would want to be involved. I just don't have the connection to them yet. I'm hoping that if I put 5, 10, 15, 20,000 people as my subscribers and I start to get up there and they start to go, "Oh, well, we know who you are." At that point, maybe they'll listen. Maybe they'll join on to a couple of the collabs that I want to do. They have no reason to do with them other than the fact that a couple of them are charitable. Um, so let's see. I just like Uber. That's funny. And Dave, dual marketing with regard to multiple channels, one target is definitely doable. Let's see, that would require social media, which would require friends, which like people that said different. See, and the other side of it is I have huge followings on Instagram. Um, it's not that I don't like them. Um, I've had some bad interactions off camera. I've had some things where I'm just not a fan. And I have a feeling that to the folks that are sitting here talking with me right now. Now, again, I know we have some ninja watchers, but the ones that are interacting with me, most of you are people. You read people. I am a human lie detector for the most part. There are some streamers who, sure. Don't get me wrong. I find a lot of people entertaining, and there's a lot of people who I think they hold value. Um, but there's a finite line because I'm doing this. I would never do. I would never. I'm not the kind of person that I would ever discredit somebody or do anything like that. That's just not my nature anymore. And I say that because it used to be. It's just not who I am. But I mean, I've had some very bad interactions. When I was vlogging, before I was live streaming. If I was live streaming now, I had something happen on camera. I didn't even know it happened. Jen had to tell me, and I found it kind of amusing. I still do, and go watch my first night at SeaWorld, and you might be able to figure it out on your own. It's right before the fireworks. That was amusing. But at the same time, everybody's got to find their own style. And I'm a human lie detector. So when someone comes up to me and you're 100% phony, my radar goes off, and I know you're not real. It also comes through when you're doing these. It's one thing to go to a park, shoot 5 hours of footage, and edit it down to a 20-minute video, and you can take out whatever you want. It's an entirely different thing to get in front of a camera. I'm now sitting here for the third night. I think third night in a row. It's at least 2 nights in a row that I'm sure of, because the other night I was kind of medicated. Last night was 3.5 hours. Tonight's I'm approaching 2.5 hours of the camera sitting in my face, me simply sitting here talking to you. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. It's hard to be fake that long. So, um, but I have a ton of people that follow us on Instagram. I've got 11,000 on one page, 5,000 on another, almost 6,000 on another. Jen's page has almost 6,000. Mine has just under 11. And then I have 2 other pages I don't even use for Florida Park Explorers, and they have thousands of people on them. It's just, I don't engage people on Instagram and social media because I'm not a big social media person. Jen posted a picture of some cookies the other day. They're up to like a bazillion views. I don't get it. I posted a video as a test, and it's a short on YouTube. It's got 1,400 likes or 1,400 views. I don't get it. You don't know what's going to take off. I do know one thing. If I trip somebody face first into a door and I videotaped it, it would go viral. I thought the video of the cast member interaction that I did with Galactic Ball, I thought would be a hit. I think I got 100 people to watch it. If you're looking for the magic, that video had magic in it. The video of my daughter interacting with the cast member for her birthday, it's a magical moment. I'll probably only get 100 people to watch it. And it's unfortunate because people are missing out on really great content. But, the guys who go out there that are literally hustling every day and they're trying to put it together, I respect the hell out of them. I know what it's like to go out there every single day to try and book the passes, to try and work the system, get into the park, get the footage, get in, get out, get done, plan, continue to do production. We're basically one person, two person production companies and filming the entire thing. It's hard to do. So I have an appreciation for them. Steve, all right, everyone. So, well, let's see. Like, thing just caught up. Let's see. Some folks are complete garbage cans off camera. I don't disagree with that. Um, unfortunately, I see a tremendous amount of things out there on a day to day. I totally agree. Like that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, but Jedi, you also realize that I could describe to you over a message exactly how to do it. I make a living off social media. I'm a digital marketing company. We build websites. I do graphic design. Um, that's what I do. So when it comes down to it, I don't always want to engage people when I'm not working. It's kind of like, the person who makes clothes for a living, they don't come home and make clothes for themselves generally. Daily hustlers are actually respectable. See how this is soon. I don't disagree with that at all. As a matter of fact, you could probably hone in on a couple of them pretty quickly. But there's a couple of them that have earned rite of passage, by the way. They're the originals. There was no stabilization. Their videos are shaky as crap. They did anything and everything to try and gain some kind of notoriety. They did things that were borderline illegal and unethical, and they made channels, and I respect the hell out of that. It's some of the people who are coming up today. The roads have been paved, and they act like they're paving the way. No. And when it comes to live streaming, I don't have this down. All I know is there's a box, I can see myself in it, and try to hold the stream. That's about it. Other than that, I haven't figured out what everybody wants to see. If I did, I'd be Jessica and Lewis because they literally are the golden goose every time they do something. I mean, they had 50 likes in an hour or under an hour. They had 100 people watching their thing. They were sitting at Animal Kingdom Lodge tonight eating apples. Okay, I even watched. This is 70% have fake subs. I was offered them a few times. there's a bunch of companies out there that do it. The problem, you have a twofold problem. Number one, if YouTube catches you, your channel's gone. Like, you're done. Um, I've read a couple of them where they'll get you up over 1,000. I want people that are real. I want people that are Disney people, SeaWorld people, theme park people. I want people to watch my video. I want people to interact with me. The best part of doing this, like last night, if you guys noticed, I kept the stream off because nobody was talking. I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself. If I wanted to do that, stare at a wall. But when you guys interact and I sit here and we have a good conversation, I'd like to see 10, 20 more people in here so that there was a good round robin conversation where we could all sit here and chit chat and really just dive into some stuff. That was what last night was. The beginning of last night's live stream was phenomenal. There was tons of different people in here from tons of different walks of life, giving every different kind of opinion known to man, and that was awesome. That was one of my more fun streams, and I worried about it all day when I put out there Disney controversy, and I started getting people going, "You had me at controversy," and it was like, "Oh, okay, well maybe we'll get something out of it." Um, and my big thing, I'm a bot. You are a bot. My biggest thing is there are sometimes I don't know when to get off camera. As long as you guys are sitting here talking, I think we're having a good time. I'll just hang out. To me, um, there's a negative to what I'm doing right now. YouTube does not count the engagement as being a high engagement. No. YouTube does not rank this as high engagement because people time out and they'll leave after however many minutes, and then my percentage goes down. I would be better off doing a video at an hour and whatever it is, rather than letting it drag on and going from having 17 people to 10 or 8 or 5 and just kind of sitting here and chatting with people. My numbers would be better. I might even get picked up by YouTube's algorithm. To a degree, I care. To a degree, I don't care. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Boop, beep, beep. Obviously, I want the channel to succeed, but at the same time, I don't want it to succeed and people talk about me the way we're talking about somebody else. I don't want everyone to sit there and be like, wow, he's just kind of a stuck up dude. That's funny. Um, I don't want people to the way that you talk about it's Pat. I have gone on here. I've promoted my Patreon. I've promoted my merch and things like this, and I've done that kind of stuff. But at the same time, um, the blue milk or the green milk. Um, I give away a ton of stuff, and to be honest with you, yeah, I would love for some of it to be paid for. In the beginning, when I started doing giveaways, I was doing giveaways with other companies and giving away their merch. That was how this whole thing started. That was a much better format, by the way. It didn't cost me anything other than shipping. But collabs are good. They're not always successful. People get kind of hurt. They didn't get $85,000 in sales when they thought they would. Happens. Um, I would love to have this channel make money so that we don't hemorrhage it. But at the same time, I do it knowingly. It's my decision. We've had a couple of donations come in. I have one Patreon. It's Lynn Butler. She's phenomenal. Matter of fact, she touched bases with us all the time. Odie put a blast in her page. Well, at the top of the chat, it's pinned. I mean, it does say my Patreon's up there. I mean, I'm not shy about it, but at the same token, again, I would much rather the merch that I have sitting up in my closet that I paid, hundreds, if not up to thousands of dollars worth that I'm going to be putting online for sale. I would much rather you guys buy discounted merch. You save money. I make a little bit of something off of it, and everybody's happy. Now, the Disney lineup that I'm putting out, that is all my own original design and artwork. Yeah, I have a lot of time invested in that. I got 2 years worth of time invested. Am I hoping that it works? Yep, I am hoping that it works. I'm hoping that I'm the next Salt Life, and everybody looks at it and goes, "That's a great idea. Holy crap! Why didn't I think of it? It was right in front of me." Sometimes those ideas exist. Sometimes you have an idea where you give away 2 park passes at night at a resort, 2 T-shirts and 2 hats, and it goes nowhere. It's a crapshoot. You never know. Um, but I'm not going to be bitching about it. It's my choice. I choose whether or not. And by the way, do you know how happy I would be if I ran my giveaways and 11 to 15 people signed up every time, and I gave away a level 1 package every time? It would cost me a T-shirt or a hat. That's it. I'm pushing you guys to hit it so that I get to give away grand prizes. And if any of you are around for the grand prize giveaway for Marvel, there was a grand prize giveaway, a second prize giveaway, and a third prize giveaway. It's my choice. Um, I choose to do these things, so I do it knowingly, and I don't sit here and say, "Oh God, guys, if you don't do this, Bella needs shoes." It's not who I am. Um, I appreciate you guys coming into the chat, hanging out, hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, doing all the stuff that helps the channel grow. Those are the things that really matter. If you like what we put out when it comes to merch wise, yeah, I'd love for you guys to be like, "That's the coolest shirt I've ever seen. I gotta have one." Yeah, I like the hat that you wear. A lot of times you're going to see the merch that I wear linked down in the description because I'm going to start promoting my own brand. Um, and yeah, I do want people to buy it. Yes, I do want people to engage that way. Yeah, I kind of meant the product, not the person per se. But yeah, no, and that's kind of the humor behind it is if you can't recognize what you're doing before you do it, generally the people who get successful in this world overnight end up just like that dude. I'm not looking to make $1 million off of my vlog. I'm not Tim Tracker. Tim Tracker makes $1.3 million a year, I believe, based on a video that I watched, and I believe they're pretty damn close to accurate because he managed his business correctly. He does not interact with anyone though. When he has interactions, he's nice about it, but for the most part, he did what he needed to do. For me, I have multiple businesses that I have my hand in. This is something I enjoy doing. Would I like to make money? Of course. I'm a business owner. I don't do things that I want to hemorrhage money on. I don't want to lose things, but at the same time, um, I would like the channel to be monetized because then corporations will buy ad space. I'll make some money off of them. It'll help promote my own merchandise. That's what I'm looking for. We're going to join the Vacationeers, which will also help me promote. Who would you rather use as your travel agent? The person who's in the park and in the hotels weekly, or the person who lives in Iowa that comes once a year? I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. And the same for if you want to buy a house down here. You want to buy an investment property, you want to move here. I live literally about a 15-minute walk from Cinderella Castle. I can see it out of my backyard. I know the area and I live here. Neither am I. I used to be because I used to watch everything, and Bella and I used to practice our vlogs based on him, and it was awesome to spend that time with my daughter. We built a bond over vlogging, and we used to walk around our neighborhood in Hilton Head, and we would vlog, and it was practice. We didn't even have a camera. We would just walk around and talk about the things that we saw, and it was just daddy-daughter time, and I had a blast. And now I get to do it for real with her in the park, and she's freaking hilarious. She cracks me up. What she did in Disney Springs the one day with the Minnie or no, the Mickey with the rabbit ears. I almost pissed myself. It was funny. Yeah, exactly. And by getting involved with them, though, they've got a great reputation, more or less. I mean, as it can be. Um, they're known. I get to promote myself on my own channel instead of promoting someone else's business and getting paid for it. I would rather promote myself. I would rather work for it. I'm not asking anybody for anything. All I'm saying is I want to go out there, do my YouTube channel, spend time with my family. You want to come down on vacation. I'm sure most of you know this, but you pay for a travel agent whether you use it or not in Disney. So if I can promote my own company, and if you decide that you want to move to the area or you want to buy an investment property so that you can come down a couple of times a year, as opposed to having DVC, I'll be a licensed real estate agent. You'll be able to do that. Adam, you have said that about 15 times. I don't believe you. Go to bed, man. Thanks for stopping in again tonight and just keep the chat going. Hey, I really appreciate it. She's gonna have a rough night tonight and tomorrow, but you guys will know what's going on because I tell everybody what's going on. Adam, have a great night. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, we're gonna do things a little bit differently from everybody else, and if it stops us from growing, I don't really care. I'm sure I'll look back at these videos one day because they're not going anywhere, and I'll either go, that was the stupidest thing I ever said, or I'm going to go, he's 100% right. Don't forget where you came from. And that's the goal here, is to not ever sit there and say, you guys don't matter. I'm never going to go away from this. And this is my promise to myself, because I'm recording myself at the same time. If I wind up with, have a great one, Adam. If I wind up with 10,000 people, or 40,000, like Adam's best friend spokesman, but I mean he's got 650 people watching him at some point. Presidential Tourist, how are you? If it turns out that I wind up with a huge amount of following, and I can't get to all the chat, and I can't do everything, I'll have a second channel where it'll be something like this, where I can sit down and just talk with people. I enjoy the hell out of this. I enjoy being able to sit here and talk with everybody. And I love bringing up some of the ideas and seeing what people's thoughts are. This is why I got into doing this, and for no other reason. So, how are you doing tonight, Presidential Tourist? We're doing better. I'm actually over my illness. Bella's actually sick, so we didn't go to the park today. So that's why I did another home vlog tonight, so that we could keep talking to everybody. We'll be back. One of us will be in the park tomorrow, whether it's Jen or me. I'm not sure which. And then tomorrow night, if you're around, we have Loki with DC, Michelle Dew, and myself tomorrow night at 10:30. We're going to talk about Loki for 45 minutes. And then we're going to have another one of these afterwards. So we're going to be live streaming 3 times tomorrow. But that's the whole thing, is we want to continuously bring you guys the content, and so that you guys can enjoy everything. And one of the things that we've gotten away from, and I'm really not a fan, I don't get a lot of requests to go anywhere like when I was vlogging. And when I was vlogging every day, I would get a ton of requests to the point where I couldn't even get to them all. And I do miss that. And I think the live stream, at least I get that immediate gratification. So, but if you guys have places you want us to go and you want us to do things, that's what we want to do. We want to try and gear ourselves so that we're where you want to be. Obviously for the major events like the fireworks and stuff, we'll be there for that. I don't know why spokesman has subscribers total. I've met him a couple of times. Chris has been, I got to be honest with you, he's been good to the channel. He's been good to us. He was super nice. I have never had any negative interactions with him. When we've gone on a stream, he's given us shout outs. I will say that the people who have signed up almost seem like they immediately unsubscribed, but that could also be a coincidence. I've never had any real issues with Chris whatsoever. You're not the first person to say something along those lines. you know, but I'm the kind of person that if you're good to me, I'm good to you. You're not good to me, you're dead to me, you know, and in that sense. And I don't mean that as literal, but it's like I don't have time, you know, for negativity. It's just, you know, I'm an older dude. I've had a lot of things. Sorry, I accidentally posted too soon. You're fine, man. Don't worry about it. Um, I don't do negativity, you know, anymore. I've lived a very um, unique life, and I've had my share. I chose to come down here and live. Um, and it's not that he supports me. It's just he was nice to us. You know, we ran into him a couple of different times. The first time I ran into him was at Legoland when I met the trackers. When there was this the tightrope walker, I ran into him. He was super helpful. I got to be honest with you. He sat there and gave me a bunch of advice. He was super nice about it. What was funny is when I ran into him in Magic Kingdom, he didn't remember me, which I don't blame him. He's got 40,000 subscribers. However, he gave us a huge shout out, did a lot of nice stuff. He was super cool. When I've been in his chats, he was super nice about it. But that's about the extent of it, and that's okay too. Like I don't need I don't need nor want anybody to be my daddy, you know. But you know he was decent to us, and that's all that matters. If you're decent to me, I'm decent to you. If you come off the way other ones have come off to me, it's not that I'll go out of my way to be negative to you. I won't. I just will ignore you to no end because I don't have time for it. Do you think some subscribers can go too far in defense of their favorite YouTuber? Sure. The one thing that is an absolute in this world nowadays, and I'm a prodigy of growing up in the 80s. You know, I was born in the 70s. I'm an 80s kid. Um, you could, and yesterday's conversation was about having civil discourse because it doesn't happen anymore. It's my way or you're wrong. And I just don't live that way. Um, I think that everybody has their right to their point of view, just like, you know, Adam's had issues with spokesman in the past. Um, no, and it's not about validation. It's more just along the lines of, um, you know, you have like you could have. Let's see, who can I pick on? I've heard a lot of bad things. People have had really horrible interactions with the trackers. Mine was fantastic. I had no issues in the world with them. My interaction with Chris was spectacular. My interaction with Drew was phenomenal. With Mike from Chasing Dreams with Mike was phenomenal. One Little Spark was phenomenal. Um, I won't mention the people I had bad experiences with because honestly, I wouldn't play into it because I also would not want them to, you know, it's not that they could harm my channel, but like I just don't need animosity. It's just not my thing. Um, but keyboard warriors are the way of the world now. And when you're talking about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Pick a platform. You have people who are legitimately, you know, I guess the best way I can explain it is like this. Look at sports fans. Now, I'm a huge diehard. When I say diehard, I mean diehard. New York Ranger fan. I'm also a New York Giant fan. I'm a Ranger fan. I'm a Yankee fan. Okay, like when it comes to my New York teams, I'm a diehard fan through and through. Um, and I used to get into a lot of the back and forth, and I wasted hours on Facebook or on Instagram just getting into these battles with, no offense to Eagles fans, but and Cowboy fans and all the other idiots out there that root for anybody other than the Giants. But I would get into these ridiculous hour-long discussions, and you know, uh, because you ask a Cowboy fan, there was no life before Super Bowls. Well, there used to be an entire league, but we won't get into that. Um, and my point being is I don't own stock in the Giants. It's not that important. I may be a diehard fan. Originally, I am from right outside New York City, but I'm from New Jersey. And, basically the bottom line is my wife will tell you right now, I have missed five hockey games in 7 years. I don't miss hockey games. I watch every one of them. If I miss it live, I go back and watch it. Win or lose, I watch it no matter what. So I haven't actually missed any, but I've missed 5 live games. I don't own stock in the teams though. I refuse to get into these ridiculous arguments anymore. And you get these people who are Google warriors that have stats and they think that, something matters and they get it stuck in their head. And it's the same thing as like what you're talking about with some subscribers that go in defense of their YouTuber. It's the same thing. We have gotten to a place in this world where we cannot just civilly disagree. And it doesn't matter what the topic is. It could be who's got the best apple pie. If you think that so and so's is the best, there you go. I know you do a ton of product review. So, you get to try all different kinds of different products. And you, I'm sure, have opinions about all of them. And I may think that Mr. Pibb is phenomenal, and you may think Dr. Pepper is, or I may think Mr. Pibb Extra is the best thing that's ever happened. But that has to go with virtually anything. I mean, Chicago versus New York pizza has been debated, I don't know, since the dawn of pizza. So I think everybody has their opinions as to, and probably, harshly. But one of the things that I wanted to do on this page was to create a neutral environment. We don't do politics. We don't do a lot of the things. Why when Adam's going off, Adam's entitled to. Now, if I develop another page at some point that is my own personal opinions, or I'm not sure I would share that with the world. I probably would invite in the select group of people that I wanted to be involved, and I have an Instagram page like that where you have to request to come in. Why? Because I share my personal views that may or may not be popular with the world. In here, this is Disney. We're living the fantasy, we're having fun, we're poking fun at some things. It's where Disney people can come and voice their opinion. And where if you're in lockdown and you can't get somewhere, we'll go and film it for you. That's the whole idea of this channel. Lately, I've been doing a lot of home vlogs just because we've been sick. But it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the park. Hopefully, maybe a Wednesday daytime thing. TV show review at night. Saturdays, we're also going to do the late night live streams. And then Sundays, I'm going to take off. So, and that's going to be when we release other footage. But again, it's how I want to run my schedule so that I can do the things that I can do and give you guys what you're looking for. I'm hoping, and unrealistically, I'm probably hoping for the reservation system to go away. I don't think it is. I think that they're going to fine tune it. Personal opinion. And if that happens, then, I'm not going to, I would like to see them go away from maybe three reservations for annual pass holders. I'd like to see there be 5 so that we could lock down some long distance things and still have passes to maneuver. That would be great. Having locked down October 1st and only having 2 passes right now is hard. It also means that my anniversary is in September. So is my birthday. I have to choose, and I'm not going to choose my birthday because that's a joke. But, I had planned on doing something with, for my wife. It's our 10-year anniversary. And everyone's like, you're live streaming? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I was like, and they're like, why? I'm like, I don't know. Once you start doing this, it kind of defeats the purpose not to. Do you think they'll do away with annual passes? No, I don't. I think the California ones are coming back. I think The ones here are going to come back as soon as summer's over. I think you will see annual passes skyrocket in sales. I also think you're going to see the price go up. I think the days of affordable Disney are over. Personal opinion. I have just seen too much anecdotal evidence to show the fact that Disney is going to make it so that if you want to go, you got to pay. And now, I don't think it'll last long. You can only, the laws of supply and demand are very simple. As long as people are demanding the product, you can ask anything you want. The housing market in Florida right now is proof of that. There's a $400,000 house that someone bought 7-8 months ago, just sold for $600,000. They made $200,000 in under a year. That's stupid. It's stupid. It's the same house. It's not worth it. The person who bought it at $600,000 is going to take a bath. It's creating a new bubble. Disney's in the same position right now because people are in lockdown. They're willing to pay for it, but there will be a point when they won't. I don't necessarily disagree with you on that. It is affordable from the annual pass holder standpoint. Like, I'm not unhappy with what I pay. I wish that there were things that I could buy that I could add on to my monthly payment, and I would be happier, but it's not available. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think what's coming next is, and I keep saying it's 3 to 4 buying cycles. A family that lives in New Jersey, I'm just going to pick on them because half my family still lives there. They don't come down here like the way I go to the park. They come down, let's call it twice a year. They're not going to come down twice a year. They're going to come down once a year. Why? Because instead of it being the 4-day, 3-night stay at a resort hotel and it costs you $2,000 with a dining plan that's included for free, it's going to cost you $1,000 a day. And that's just going to be for your passes and your meal, and if you want to add things on, because it's going to be a la carte, in my opinion. This is all conjecture based on my opinion. And I believe that that's what's coming for the short term. And it will take somebody who comes down a couple of times to get it out of their system to sit there and go, was it worth it? Now, the first time you're going to walk back in and you haven't been in the park in 15 months and you get emotional and you're going to have your moment, and you'll go home and you'll have your memories and you'll be counting down to the next time and you'll do it again. And I think by that third time, when you start to go, I'm paying $5,000. I used to pay 2, and I got double the time. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. And then you'll start to see it balance back out again. But it's out of balance right now. And it's because Disney is an emotional response, plain and simple. Most theme parks are, but Disney is exceptionally emotional. How many people have walked through the gates since it's reopened and bawled? How many people will watch Happily Ever After July 1st? How many people will be crying? My wife will be just absolutely sobbing. My daughter will probably be crying. Lewis and Jessica said they're going to be standing there watching it in tears. There's going to be a visceral response. People are going to be so happy that it is back, and that it's almost going to be like a mile marker that it's over. And you're going to see this for a while. It's going to take a long time for us to crawl back out of what happened. And there's buying cycles. And the buying cycle will go on for, I believe, 3 to 4 cycles. And then after that, it will reset. How do I feel? You mean like from being sick? I'm done with being sick. Bella's actually sick now. So that's why we're at home doing home vlog. But that's what you're going to see, in my opinion, out of Disney. I think you're going to see like the Express Pass out of Universal, except they're going to call it the Lightning Pass or the Lightning Genie, depends on what name sticks. I don't know that you're going to see Fast Pass come back. You may or may not. Depends on how park capacity goes. I think it'll be hit and miss, but the Lightning Pass is going to be something that if it's called the Lightning Pass, you'll be able to buy it. So if you get a $125 a day ticket and you tag on a $50 per day meal plan, which is still, by the way, a bargain for eating in Disney. It's a bargain if you want to eat three squares. If you don't, all right. But a hamburger's $15. You do it three times over the course of a day. You're at $45. So, I could absolutely see them charge 15 or $50, and you could eat whatever. Let's say two snacks, three meals, whatever. So you're at 175. Now tack on a lightning pass at 100, 100 and a half. You're at $300. Family of four is $1,200. It's just that simple. Tag in a resort stay because they've now made it so that $25, $35 for parking. So stay on property. You stay on property, you get some benefits, but you're going to pay for that as well. So what used to cost you $2,000 for the week or for 4 days, you're now spending it in 2. And that's so that they can turn the park over faster. Because then the next family can come in and do their, instead of being 2,000, as I just said, it was 1,200. That's 2,400. So you went up 400 and cut your trip in half. Because your other alternatives, don't buy the lightning pass. Now you're going to go wait. Slinky Dog was in 110 minutes. 110 minutes. The line went all the way back to where the to Walt Disney Presents is. That's not with 6-foot social distancing, people. That's a solid line from Walt Disney Presents, that back by Incredibles, back by that Joffrey's, all the way to Slinky Dog, 110 minutes. So, do you want to wait in line for 3 hours, 2 hours, just to ride a 4-minute coaster? You want to jump to the front of the line and it costs you $100, $400 for a family of 4. There's going to be people who are going to say it's going to be a cost. It's going to be a cost assessment. How much money versus how much time, and that's what you're going to look at. So $1,200, 2 days, 2,400. You used to spend $17.99 for the package for the 4 days, 3 nights. They can turn the park over and make more money. That's where they're headed, and they're going to a la carte everything. That's why Magic Bands went away, at least free ones. They're going to make money on everything. They're going to recoup the money that they lost. It's just that simple. As I said before, when Adam was talking about people who beg for money, my channel, my business hemorrhaged money. We had to close different divisions of it, and they're never going to reopen. So when we did this, there were some calculated things that I did. And I still continue to run my business and this page, the same way. But we're going to see Disney, of all corporations, they got us. They got us. They know they got us. If they're watching us right now, you got us. They've taken away so much. And people just say, okay, no Epcot line. No parades, no fireworks, which they're finally coming back. I'm a digital marketing company. We have several divisions of what we do that come off of that. But I also now am going into real estate, and I'm developing things to work around Florida Park Explorers, because I worked for 15 years and developed a company that had a good many employees, and overnight my business was told to shut down, and what happened to us was horrific, and what happened to the people who work for us was unfair, and what happened to everybody just like me was not fair. So I want to do something that is more fun. If I have to reorganize my business and do something, I'm going to do something I want to do this time. Instead of working 90 hours a week and, not being with my family most of the time, even though I worked from home, I was in my home office from the time I got up to the time I went to bed. I came out to eat and to get stuff done. And I ran meetings all day on Zoom. Once Zoom came out, before that there was all telephone and FaceTimes and this and that, and running off of CRMs. I don't want to do that anymore. I learned a lot of hard lessons, and after 15 years being in business doing that, we're still a digital marketing company. We still do web design, we still do digital graphics, we still do, whatever anybody needs. But I started this page because I wanted to document COVID, and it kind of exploded into something totally different, and then it went in a different direction. And now that it's, we're starting to see the backside of it, I have to develop this as the business that it is, because I've been working on Disney themed design merchandise for 2 years. And it was always the goal that I was going to release it. When I knew I was going to move here, I knew I was going to release it. It's an idea I've had for 5 years, and it took me 2 years to develop it. So a lot of the stuff is really fun for me now. And I get to spend as much time with my family as I want, which is what I want. I want to spend time with my daughter. She's homeschooled. And we get to, if I want to blow off her class that day, I blow it off when we go to the park. I'm not going to miss out on anything else. I think too many people have learned the lesson of how quickly things can go in the blink of an eye. And, this was my learning lesson. And, so moving forward business wise, we're going to be doing a lot of things that are travel related, but are not directly tied to each other, because that was also a mistake that I learned. But we're going to be in with vacationeers. I'm also going to be a licensed realtor. I always have questions for all of you. That's why yesterday I kind of posed a bunch of them as to the controversy and how people do things and what you guys would do. Tonight was really, to be honest with you, it kind of went as all of my things do. It took a 90-degree turn and then went to Albuquerque because I should have made the second left turn. But the biggest thing that I always want from you guys is, where can I go? What can I do? How can I make this page better for you? What is it you guys want to see? It's hard to get to know everybody on an individual level. You're a little different because I subscribe to you, so I see your videos come up. That's why I said I know you do a lot of product comparisons. I know you go into Legoland. I kind of pay attention to the people who I know that I'm following, like DC and Michelle. Now, I would love to tell you that I watch everything everyone does. But when you pull a 3 or 4 hour live stream we're approaching 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've got a sick kid and I'm running a business and everything else, I don't watch everything. I try and skim through. I try and give you guys some watch times. I give thumbs ups. I try to comment when I can. It's hard because I want to give you guys the same respect that you show me, and and I appreciate it. But my wife, if she was sitting here right now, would sit here and say to you, the reason that I got sick in the first place was because I work 20-hour days. I just go and go and go and go. It's the way I'm kind of wired. Good or bad. I don't know if it is good or bad. Yeah, I'm down for it. I mean, the only thing I would stipulate is based on the kid. I don't want to get you sick. Um, it seemed to knock me over for 5 days. Today's Tuesday, so I'll definitely play it by ear. If not, keep in mind, I don't know if you're an iPhone person, but if you got a Mac, I'm assuming you're an iPhone person. We can, FaceTime at any point. We can Zoom at any point. We can Skype at any point. Anything digital. I know you're a computer dork like me. I know that you can jump on anything, so that we can get the ball rolling. I don't like to wait on things. I'm not a patient person. Um, I will tell you that when it comes down to things, if I see something, I go after it, and I go after it quite quickly. Um, I am a C. Thomas Howell person when it comes to early bird gets the worm. Great Wolverine reference right there. So, so at the end of the day, and besides the fact, kids been wanting Gideon cookies so much, and I know you got one up by you, so it's not hard for me to just jump in a car and come up and see you. Meet up at Gideon's, eat some cookies. iOS. Yeah, no doubt. And by the way, did you ever get your hat, or do I still have it? Because we owe you a hat. So you need that too. So if you haven't gotten that, I'll just bring it with me. Um, but like I said, my only stipulation at this point is I don't put people in a position that they can get sick. Other than that, my Saturday is basically wide open. I don't go to the parks on Saturday. Now, we might go to Lake SeaWorld or one of those things, but I know we're not going this weekend. All right, good. So then I'll bring it with me. And then on Sundays, I pretty much, and I'm very, very upfront with my time. Yeah, we can sit outdoors. No big deal. Like I'm good with that. Your bird better than I do. My parents are absolutely stymied by the fact that I don't know where anything is around here. If it doesn't have to do with Disney property or SeaWorld or Legoland, I pretty much don't know where it is. So, I'll set GPS, meet you up, in your area. You tell me where to go. Like I said, kids dying for Gideon's. But other than that, I don't risk people's health ever. But I'm also very upfront that Sundays, I very rarely do anything. I volunteer a lot on Sundays, and then the rest of the day, I'm usually recouping, I think is a good word. Um, you don't have to be gracious, man. Just come hang out. Um, all you gotta do is tell me, like where. Other than that, um, you know, it's pretty. I'm a pretty basic dude. Like, I have, the people in this world, and let's see, we can do Gideon chat. Sounds good to me. Um, those people in this world that can't figure it out. I'm not one of them. I am the person who figured out a long time ago what the essence is, what's important, and um, in the last 15 months, DC, between me and you, I adjusted my focus, and now I'm laser beamed. I'll be at Disney Springs this Monday, picking up my birthday cake. Monday. Wait a minute. Your birthday's Thursday. Thursday, right? You're going to be in Epcot Thursday. And then Monday, so that's a week from yesterday. Yeah, if you want to meet up down in Springs, I'll meet you up down in Springs too. That's easy. Um, who are you getting your cake from? You getting it from Moretz, or who are you getting it from? Logging some stores. I'm assuming you're going to World of Disney. Um, maybe Star Wars, Marvel, those kind of stores. I love going in there. So much fun. So much fun. But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm always down to do these things. As long as I'm not sick, like the last week where things have been stupid, and as long as I'm not bringing a sick kid, I'm good to go. Like I'll do just about anything. Sunday's my only, and I call it an off limit day, but it's not really off limits. It's just I just don't do much. You got to have one day where you just kind of sit on your couch. It's funny because when we moved, I bought a new couch. I've sat on it 10 times. It's sitting right there, actually, right there, and I haven't sat on it in over a month. I haven't watched my TV either. This is pretty much all we do. Presidential tourist, where are you picking up your cake at? You going to Emirates? Yeah, Emirates. Let's see. Had to get cake different day. Really? That's sad. they couldn't accommodate you. You could have picked it up at Boardwalk. I think Jen would know that. Um, they can usually have it done in like 48 hours. I'm surprised to hear that. I'm really surprised to hear that. Which cake are you getting? The celebration cake, the dome with the chocolate tempered ears that says "Happy Birthday" on it, or you what kind of cake are you getting? Oh, I'm just nosy, so don't mind me. I'm like in there once a week, so I was there the night before the Cruella cake released. Um, I don't have the Pluto cake. Yeah, I don't know if that's available anywhere else, but it might be. You got to take a day. Again, I've learned, and I mean, you can see the bags under my eyes. I probably should do this. Um, I have learned that you've got to stop. I'm not getting younger. Um, I enjoy the hell out of what I'm doing right now, and I enjoy being with my family as much as I am. Um, I'm one of the craziest people in the world. I because I'm kind of off on a tangent. I will complete the thought. I'm one of the few people who, everyone says, "Oh, I married my best friend and this and that." I absolutely did, and I have been fortunate enough that in Jen and I will be celebrating 15 years together um, next month, the end of next month. Now, our 10-year anniversary is in September, but we will be together 15 years in July. In 15 years, I've spent 4 days away from her, and that includes working. I've owned my own business for over 15 years. Jen and I have worked together every day since that point. I've spent morning, noon, and night with her for 15 years. Out of that time, 15 years ago, she spent 3 days where she went up to see family in New Jersey, and then I spent one night when my oldest daughter was in the hospital. I had to come down to Florida because my youngest daughter's fish tank, the water level had dropped because we had been gone so long, and my security camera, I could see the tank level was too low, and I was afraid that the fish would die. So I drove from Charlotte, North Carolina, back to Orlando to put water in the tank, and then drove back. So that is the fourth time I've spent away from my wife. Last night, 2 nights ago, when I was sick, when I thought I had COVID, was only the fifth night that I have not physically been next to her in 15 years. So it's a weird thing, but I get to spend as much time with my best friend as I possibly can. I get to be with my kid, who I love. I can't even tell you how much. I don't get to see my oldest one and my granddaughter nearly enough or at all anymore, really, which sucks. Um, but she's in her 20s, and my grandbaby's 4. And it's like it's one of those things where as they get older, and you have to cherish that time. And I look at my now 9-year old and I go, the memories that I'm going to make with her, she's never going to forget them, and that's exactly what I want. I am a ridiculous dad in the sense of it's the first thing to me is being dad. It's the best job I have. Um, I enjoy being a dad. I've been a dad for almost 27 years. And I have always enjoyed being dad. I've been dad longer than I've had any other role in my life. And so to me, it's a lot of fun. Um, the second longest job that I've had is being a husband. So I enjoy the hell out of doing what I do. And the fact that I get to share this insanity with you people is crazy to me. The fact that people sit here and we can talk, and um, I know that you're a proud dog dad. I've seen your stuff, and there's a lot of people. As a matter of fact, if Stone Cold Jedi was still here, His dogs crack me up. His one dog did a video last night where it was staring into a security camera. It was one of the funniest things I've seen. And I used to have tons of pets. Now I have kids. Not a big difference. Oh, you're still there. There's Stone Cold Jedi. He put out a video last night. The dog staring into the security camera. I almost wet myself. That was hilarious. Um, that was funny. So it really is those things where when I had pets, I was limited as to what I could do, and it's not that I'm not a pet person. As a matter of fact, I've promised Bella that um, you're a ninja. It's okay. A Jedi ninja is the same. We're in the process. I'm waiting for some of this insanity to stop with the housing market. But we're going to build a house pretty close to where I live right now. And I've told Bella, I said, you can have a cat once that happens. And she can have her cat and do her thing and her fish. And um, I, that would be awesome. She lost her first fish. Now, I don't know if any of you are fish people, but we've had glowfish for 3.5 years. Not different fish, the same three. And they've gone through like 6 moves. These fish were incredible. The fact that they lived for that long is amazing. When I told the people at Petco that I had glowfish for 3.5 years, I thought the guy was like, he's like, all right, so you've had fish for 3.5 years. He's like, how many of them? And I go, well, three. And he said to me, he's like, so what, like one per year? And I go, no, I've had the same three fish for 3.5 years. And the guy's like, oh, they're not supposed to go that long. And so Bella lost her first fish not that long ago. So we had to go through that. And then it was, she was like, do I want a cat? Because I don't want that to happen. And, you know, I've had dogs, I've had cats, I've had tarantulas, I've had snakes, I've had iguanas, I've had birds. Birds are my favorite. Um, but at this point, until we actually build, I'm not I'm not going to have animals because the animal that I want a savanna. And if you guys know what an F1 is, um, they're like the coolest animals in the world. It's like having Tigger, and I want to name it Tigger. And I've been trying to sit here and convince Jen that if we got a cat, could we get an F1, Savannah, which would be spectacular because they jump like 9 feet in the air. They're like super cool, and it's like having a bobcat meets puma meets house cat. So um, that would be neat. But for the most part, I have reptiles, birds, and turtles. See, like I had tons of stuff when you know before I was married. Um, I used to walk in my room and I had tanks, and um, I had two iguanas, two tarantulas at one point, three birds, a couple of snakes, and that was on top of having two dogs, a cat. Like I had everything. And then unfortunately, certain things live longer, others don't, and I just stopped replacing them. And then once you get married, things get a little different. Um, and then I think the hardest thing was losing my dogs and my birds. Birds are supposed to live for outlive you, and I had one bird that someone was bird watching. Pardon the pun. They were watching my bird. They left the door open and the bird flew out. I had that bird for years, and that destroyed me. Another bird, it molted, and it just never recovered, and it just died. And the same with my dogs. When my dogs went, um, I just didn't want to do it again. And with having kids, it was like I don't want to deny her the ability to have that relationship, but I also don't want to spend $500 in security deposits and have them tear shit up. So it was like, we'll wait until we build the house, and then you can get whatever you want. I don't really care. And the life lessons will come along, good and bad, and that'll be that. But so but Did I miss anything? No, and I mean, I think you guys doing a collab, by the way, musical collab would be kind of cool. I would love to hear what the two of you come up with. DC, have you ever heard any of Jedi stuff? Why do I hear Jen coughing? She's been sitting here telling me she's not sick. I have a feeling my whole house is sick. Interesting. Anyway. Well, the chat has gone to 0, and we've hit that 2 o'clock mark where I've been on for 3 hours and 20 minutes. Anybody have anything else, or should I wrap this up for the night and we'll get back at this again tomorrow? Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right, everybody. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you about what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be in the park somewhere, and then we have DC, Michelle, you and I will be doing Loki tomorrow night. And then an after show after. So you'll see 2 tiles that you can sign up for or wait on in YouTube tomorrow night. One will be for Loki, which should be about 45 minutes. The second will be an after show. Thursday is Magic Kingdom. Friday, I'm not sure yet. And then again, we're very close to 600. Anybody that can help us get over that 600 mark, that would be spectacular. 601 gets us to level 3. Right now we're at level 2 on the giveaway. So right now we're giving away hat and shirt. So get us up to level 3 and we'll give away park only merch too. And then tomorrow the website comes out, floridaparkexplorers.com. Go check it out. I'll be posting in stories a bunch tomorrow. So check us out on Instagram, Florida Park Explorers on Instagram. Look at my stories because I generally don't post down below. I post in stories. So guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate everybody coming and doing everything, and I've enjoyed this immensely as usual. I think I get more out of it than you do. Let's see. Have you ever had anyone get? Yeah, I've had people that have gotten mad at me for filming. The people who are cool about it, I edit them out for live stream. There's not much I can do about it. They kind of get over it. He can't see us. Who can't see us? Are you not seeing this? Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Something came up. Yes. Quarantine. I'm here, Dave. Chat's at 0. Are you not seeing this? Hold on. I just got text messages. Weird, Dave. I'm not showing up chats. You are now. I probably lagged for a minute. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. I see birds, reptiles. Yes, I see quarantine. I'm here, Dave. Chat's at 0. Let's see this here. Crikey. Yeah, I can see you guys now, but yeah, I mean, when it comes down to, no, I didn't think anybody did. I just figured, like, and don't take this the wrong way. You guys like to sit back, kind of chill out, listen, and you're doing your stuff. I totally get that. And I mean, if there's just not a topic to talk about, then, at that point, if I want to stare at my face, there's plenty of ways I can do that. So I don't think anything negative about it. It's just, there does get to be a point when it's like, all right, it's time to wrap things up. We've talked about all that we can talk about tonight. Tomorrow, there'll be more Disney craziness that'll come out. And plus, I know that we got the show going there tomorrow. I always try to think. Yeah, without a doubt. You guys are always real good about things. And that's why I was saying, like, I'll give everybody a couple minutes and we'll see how it wraps up. I'll tell you where we're going to be, what we're going to do, what's coming out. Because even with only talking to the three of you, I have one screen on so that I can always monitor. So that's four. That means there's six people ninja watching. And so I never know who they are. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with people just hanging out. It's good for my watch time. They're enjoying what they're seeing, or they fell asleep at their keyboard. Either way, it works for me. Um, so I always give everybody the opportunity before I tag out because I don't want to be rude and be like, all right, I'm out, click, hit the end broadcast, and I'm done. But this way you guys know. Check out the new website tomorrow. You'll see everything on Instagram when it comes out. It should be middle of the day sometime. It also depends upon who goes to the park or when. Make sure you watch Loki so that we can all have a fun conversation about it tomorrow. DC and I are going to kill some Loki tomorrow night, although he's going to be dressed up like Loki, so I can't say that. And cool. Let's see. Cool. No, not at all. I never even think that. I noticed that they do not show. Well, the StreamYard's weird from time to time. The good thing is it doesn't lag that hard, but from time to time I'll notice on my end I can see the screen will jump. No worries, dude. Um, I'll notice every now and then my screen will jump, and when it happens, I always wonder, and you'll see me kind of do one of these things. I look up, and what I'm looking at is, and I'll show you. I mean, it's not like a secret. You'll laugh. But my television's right there, and the big guy on it's me. So, um, I'm looking up to see whether or not I'm still on. I'm used to being in the park with this pile and my stream cutting off. So I'm really used to that. And so when that happens, I'm constantly checking between phones and stuff to see if we're back on, or you hear me going, am I on? Am I on? Am I on? This way, all I got to do is look up and I can see if my glowing head is still active. But yeah, and I mean, it's important for me to always give everybody the opportunity because, you guys are also in the chat and you guys can be chatting with one another. And I'm not going to cut anybody off. Last night, see, I told you. Yeah, I'm a big TV star at that. Like last night, I felt bad because Teresa was having her issues up in Jersey, and I didn't want to jump off, but she kind of, I didn't know if she'd gotten off and was dealing with a situation or whatever. But I touched base with her on Instagram after, just to make sure she was all right. So, the old dude working. See, and I'll share with you. The only reason back in the day, I was I was quite, when I say a lot bigger than I am today, I'm way out of shape compared to the way I used to be. I blew 3 discs in my lower back, and we all. This will apply to Jedi too, because you'll kind of get a good laugh out of this. If something falls out of my hand, I look down, and everyone around me knows the first process that I ask myself is it important enough to go and pick it up? Because it's going to hurt to bend over, period. And is it that important? Do I really want it? Or is Bella around and will she get it? So that's why I walk all the time to try and stay in shape. Um, you can't play the cancer card with me all the time because you already got me on that one like 4 times. Um, and it legitimately, with my back the way that it is, I've learned to adapt to it. Walking around theme parks and eating food the way that we used to was not good for keeping weight off. Um, it was kind of like, um, yeah, see, and back surgery scares the crap out of me. I've heard, good and bad, and the surgeon that I went to that looked at my back told me flat out it was a 50-50. I'll go ahead and I don't run from this. I'm 16 years and I've got my 15-year coin somewhere around here. I don't gamble. I am an admitted gambler. I do not do it. 50-50, that is the worst odds in the world. I am not doing back surgery and having my back potentially fused together. So that ain't happening. Um, no, not at all, DC. You've caught me a couple of times though. Like the first time, I didn't even know, and when you said it, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I had no idea. Um, but you have a way about you with the way that you act that you wouldn't know, and so sometimes you're very matter of fact, and the average person you I'm sure you shocked the shit out of a lot of people with that. But yeah, presidential tourist, I can't do it. I can't justify it. I would rather be in pain. I manage my pain, and I don't use pain medicine. So I've often said to people, no, look, hey, that's a conversation you and I'll definitely have, but that's not how I feel because it's the way that you act. Um, and um, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is it you could very easily lean on on having cancer and probably blow your channel up and probably have a great GoFundMe page. You could probably make a ton of money off of it. You don't, and the way that you come across is your energy is good. Um, but I cannot take the chance in my world and in my life that if I get back surgery and I'm on my back for 8, 12, 16 weeks, whatever, 2 weeks, a day, doesn't matter, whatever, and it doesn't work. I don't, psychologically, I can handle what I'm dealing with, but that's about the extent of it. I don't believe in pain medicine. I've seen too many people get hooked on it. And anybody who's ever lived one day in pain, one day is not fair. Anybody who's lived there a good amount of time in pain understands that if you break the pain cycle and when it comes back, it's usually more intense and it's not bearable. And then you do look for alternatives. Um, I know what my limitations are. And so, my thinnest guy in the world? Not anymore. Would I like to be in better shape? Yep. Do a lot of things hurt when I do them? Yep. Do you hear me bitch about it? Almost never. Kind of like you with cancer, I don't bitch about my back. You might see me move a little weird. You might see me walk weird. I carry my backpack every time I go into the park. You don't hear me complain about it. Um, there's other people out there with other shit like you, and mine is an insignificant amount, and drop of water in a bucket. So, and I think you do a good job of it, DC. Might sound corny, but I don't care. You're limited amount of time spent here. Well, and I got to be honest with you. If I had the same situation that you did, I don't know that I would do it the same way. Um, ever since you said it, I have given it thought. I'm not gonna tell you I haven't. I have. I've sat there and said, what would I do? Um, Wife, kids, family, business, all the shit that I got going on. Um, I don't know. I might try to monetize it, not for the wrong reason, but for the right one, but because of my family. Um, I think that you have a good nature and a good heart about what you're doing. Um, you always seem to be upbeat and positive. Shit, for those of you who don't know, he came on Wednesday night after getting treatment and hung out with us for a long time, and then came back um, into the show that night. So, look, you're somebody who should be leading and showing people how it's done because it's a fear of mine. Um, and my only fear, fear comes out of regret. And it's because I haven't accomplished the things that I want to do yet. And I'm not in the position with my family and my kids and my things that are going on that I will want to even think about it. And I think that you do an admirable job with the way that you go about it. I don't disagree with that either. And, it's why I do a lot of volunteering. I don't get into, the other side of my personal life. However, it is 2 o'clock in the morning, so I doubt many people are actually watching or care, or will actually watch 3 hours and 35 minutes of this and get to the end of the video and actually watch this part. But I mean, I said to you on Sundays, I volunteer every Sunday at my church. The entire week that we were with the kids, I was running a VBS program. Jen and I, we volunteer every Sunday. It's what we do, and you know, I try to give back because I have been very fortunate in this world, and I realize that at some point, in my other life, I was not that way. As I just stated, 16 years I haven't gambled, and I'm proud of it. But before that, I was not exactly what some people would call a beacon of light. So in this point in my life, I'm a little different, and I do things differently, and I choose to interact with the world my way, the way that I want to. And if it doesn't work for people, oh well. If it does work for you, welcome to my world. If you can come up with a marketing plan to utilize it, let me know. Is it hard? No, not even a little. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, it depends. Everything, and I'll tell you this: between now and the time that we meet, ask yourself what your goal is. You know, I have no earthly idea what you're going through. I have no earthly idea about any of, how it pertains or what it does. Um, but if you tell me what your goal um, is there, you know, can you be a positive beacon of light and get your voice heard and benefit from it in a positive way? Yes. Um, it's not hard. Um, I know that you're not an oh woe's me type person, so I know that that's not your goal. But at the same token, I looked at it from the standpoint of husband, father, granddad, and what, how would I do what I'm doing? Hey, shit, if I broke my back tomorrow, which could happen. I mean, with the amount of damage that I have, I could very easily be confined to a chair tomorrow if I did the wrong thing. What would I do? How would I act? How could I continue to function? How could I help my family? These are always things. President Taurus, I'll talk to you soon. And if I do not talk to you between now and your birthday, happy birthday. But I'm going to do my best to try and either meet up with you or definitely, give you some well wishes. So, and then if need be, if I haven't talked to your senior or whatever, I'll meet you up in Springs. Um, but DC, you handle yourself in a totally different way, and I think it's admirable. And I think that a lot of people would find the way that you go about doing things admirable. I think that it's, you know, um, it's a shitty, hard situation. There's no other way around it. And um, I don't know. I don't think the average person would look at you, talk to you, would have any clue. Like I just don't. Um, when you signed off the other night and we put up the chat and some of the other things, I think people were floored when I told them that you had done treatment that day and that you were out, you were still hanging with us. They were like, wait, what? And I was like, that's the kind of guy he is. And I've known you a short amount of time. And, and I've already gotten that opinion. So, look, we'll talk about it when we're hanging out. If there's something that you want to try and to benefit to you know look, it sounds shitty, but it's not the way that it's meant to be. It's not to sound that way. It's not meant to be like, hey, let's go and like monetize this. It's not what I mean. You can have a lasting legacy. You can also, um, you know, help the people around you that you love. So we'll talk about it. But we all. I mean, I don't think to your degree, but we all have the things in our life that we have to work around. Um, but I don't know. I gave it a lot of thought after the first time you and I talked about it, and it's kind of amazing to watch your channel to see how you guys do things. Um, but I bet you this community of YouTubers, um, I've met enough of them. I think that there's potential there for um, something interesting, something that'll be lasting. So something we'll talk about. But anyway, so we lost presidential tourist. He went the way of Goodnight Land. It's funny. This is normally when he does videos, and he posts them at this hour. So he's probably going to go do a post. And then we got YouTube. YouTube, not so ninja watching ninja watchers, and then the rest. But um, I'm going to go check on my family. I mean, I've been doing this 3.5 hours at this point. I'm actually getting tired. So I'm actually going to wrap up the same way I was wrapping up before, which is check out the new website tomorrow. Check us out on Instagram for stories tomorrow. That'll tell you what's going on, when and where. Ninja. And this way, everybody will know what time we're doing what. Good night, Jedi. Um, and, definitely tune in tomorrow night. DC, I'll text you some point along the way tomorrow so that we can kind of chat and maybe we'll actually talk on the phone because that would make life go a lot faster. And we'll go over a couple of things as to how tomorrow night's stream is going to go. And we'll touch base with that. But pretty sure I'm talking to two of you, although somebody else just jumped in. That's hilarious. But check out FloridaParkExplorers.com starting tomorrow. And we love you too, guys. I mean, no doubt. I appreciate all the love and support everybody's shown us. It means the world to me. But check out Florida Park Explorers tomorrow, starting tomorrow. We launch it tomorrow. Check us out on Instagram. Everything's going to be in one location now so that everybody can kind of check out what they want to check out. And other than that, my normal send off is have a magical night. Everybody get some rest. We'll get it back at this tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.